welcome to Big COC Energy. I'm Zraitor, your host. Our offering for episode 27 is part 3 and the finale of our version of a Red, Red Rose by Keith Edinburgh. As Erin and Myles call Trevor's father to take care of him, a text from Brian Miller is sent to his phone, asking them to meet up at Bar Zero, a local pub, the next day at noon. The two agree, still eager to continue the investigation into whatever they have stumbled into. Trevor's father arrives, a stern and serious man who blames his son for being lazy and takes him away, leaving the other two stunned by his awfulness. After saying goodbye to the capital ghost hunters, Erin and Myles decide to attempt to get into the mausoleum at Greyfriars Kirkyard. This time, however, neither are able to make it over the gate, and Myles fails to lockpick it. After some deliberation, the pair decide to call it quits for now, believing that whatever's up with this place will be dealt with at a later time. The next day at the Bar Zero, Brian Miller proves to be a chatty individual. He tells them both about Blackheart Dawn, throwing more light on the indie rock band. They have a block listing at a place called The Cubes, which he says is odd for a small-time band. He claims he was granted an interview, and while a song was played for him, a photograph of a mausoleum began to shimmer and distort. When he brought attention to this, he was thrown out, much to his confusion. Aside from again claiming that their horror act was fake and terrible, he didn't know much else. Myles managed to rub him the wrong way somehow, and the blogger became increasingly rude towards the busker throughout the interview, until finally shutting him at the end of it. Still, enough info was gained to move forward. That pesky gate at the cemetery ever remains on their mind, and the two stop into a local store and purchase bolt cutters, a crowbar, and a bag to carry them around in. With these in hand, they believe they can make it through to the mausoleum at a later time if they need to. Both a trip to the old Calton burial ground to look around, which nothing much comes out of, and the Museum of Childhood, where Myles steals the doll of Olivia Reed happens. He wants the doll to speak to him like it did to Neil Stewart, but no such thing happens. They then move on to the cubes before the band arrives for their nightly practice so as not to have to deal with them. Upon arrival, a bored young woman acting as their receptionist refuses to help them, so they look around on their own and find the band's room. Erin breaks open the locked door with the crowbar to find a practice area with not too much in it. They do find a flyer with the album launch gig information and location, and the musical notations on how to play the song, A Red, Red Rose. The picture of the mausoleum is on the wall, just as Brian had said. Myles, having had a bad go of things lately, pours his misery into his performance and plays the song as well as anyone could. The photo begins to shimmer and distort during his performance. Erin captures it on video and sends it to Jess to make up for the team losing their footage during the ghost hunt. They make an offer to the ghost hunters to come with them to Greyfriars, only to get an offer back instead to go with the team to the old Calton burial ground for the stakeout that was discussed earlier. Myles and Erin agree to, but tell them they might be late as they're going to attend the concert first to see what's up. The two decide to get out now while the getting's good. The concert is in the tunnels, which are accessed from a lane in the grass market, where Myles realizes his family has told stories about this place to him. Something about his great-grandfather Bruce Newsome and an earthquake. Getting into the concert is easy, and before it starts, the pair speak to Donabella, who, of course, claims not to know any Bernie McCall, even after a picture of the two together is shown. Erin reads some cruelty and hostility in her posture as she answers before the woman walks off to begin the concert. During this, blood and maggots are thrown onto the crowd. A man is beaten into unconsciousness by Kruger for throwing a beer can at him, and worst of all, a young man is dumped on stage and sliced with knives and bitten into to be drained of blood. The two believe this to be real and not a staged act during the performance, and get the hell out of there, realizing that they are in danger. Erin and Myles make their way to the old Calton burial ground to meet up with the Capital Ghost Hunters. Jess McAlpin and her team are eager, as always, and they set up near a spot they believe has activity. After a few hours of waiting, a flash of movement is seen in the distance, which Jess immediately runs after yet again, with Erin in fast pursuit to back her up. The two find an entrance to the underground, reeking of rot and decay. A scream is heard from behind, and something grabs Sammy Cowra before Myles can even react. Everyone gives chase until the light illuminates the figure, a decaying figure of a man, his claws clamped onto Sammy's neck. A standoff happens until Jess gives out a scream of her own. A pale woman with red hair slashes her throat with a razor-sharp fingernail and then turns into mist and disappears into the night. The group is stunned, and Erin gives her aid and stabilizes her for the oncoming ambulance that was called. The decaying creature, the ghoul, speaks to the party. There is a war between its kind and the vampires, and they should come down to the underground with them where it is safe and to join their side. The two are left with a choice to follow it or stay, and after the ghost hunters are taken care of, they go down into the underground with the corpse eater. Starring EeiddKlabe as Trevor Keats, Eerie Lunarose as Aaron Anderson, SINoALFON as Myles Newsome, and finally myself, Zraitor, as the keeper of the arcane lore. Trevor, you are dreaming deep and dark. You know that you are. This is nothing new to you. The landscapes surrounding you switch from barren worlds with sweeping deserts that have consumed all life on them to ones filled with strange plant life that feeds even more bizarre creatures that your mind mercifully fades to black the moment you glimpse a true, detailed look upon their odd features. As the hours flip by, the landscapes change faster and faster, and to your human mind serves as nothing more than a kaleidoscope full of pictures of things no one on our dot of a planet we call Earth was ever meant to see. Life is nothing more than a thinly veiled existence in hell, you tell yourself, yet one more time, knowing full well that hell would just be one more speck of awful scenery that you'd be forced to witness until your view changes to some other ghastly sight. This dream has lasted longer than usual, deep and dark. Then you feel damp, moist, wet, soaked to the bone. Crimson liquid sticks to you, smelling sickly sweet, the smell of death and decay. You are finally awake from your latest ordeal. Welcome back. And you come to finding yourself. You're in your father's home. You're on the sofa in the living room. Probably feeling very out of sorts.
Oh, shit. Dad.
You say his name and you look around. I'm sure there's a clock somewhere that reads 3 a.m. He's upstairs sleeping at that time.
3 a.m. I pull out my phone. I check my messages.
Yes, there's this. You have several messages. The first will be, it's from Brian Miller. He asked you to meet up with him at the local pub named Bar Zero, but this text was from last midnight, from 2 days ago at midnight. And then Aaron, yeah, do you want to say what your text was?
Yeah, so then you have a text from Erin saying, "We arranged to meet with Brian Miller at noon at the pub. Um, and if you wake up in time, we'll see you there." But that, of course, was, from
Mm.
shortly after the text from Brian Miller, and it has long since passed
Mhm. And
that meeting time.
you have a third message. It's from Wednesday at 2 p.m. It says it's from Brian Miller again. It says, "Hey man, I'd appreciate it if you kept that Miles person out of any future correspondence from me from now on. The guy's a total weirdo. Why does a busker have a business card? Doesn't he know about the internet? I have half a mind to write a scathing blog post about his kind. Anyway, hope you recover well. We can actually meet up in the future sometime."
I feel personally attacked.
You were. Um, yeah, it's didn't like Miles, huh? And I start typing, but then I realize it's 3 a.m. is inappropriate to send anyone a message at this time. Clear the dialogue box. Um, I suppose probably seconds later, my mind is filled with such an intense sense of boredom that I have to do something. So I start trolling the internet, doing deep research into things that I've already looked up. I'm just thinking about the Red Rose. I forget what the exact band was, but things like that. Check for emails from any of those. What was that? The society where they were doing the occult research. the whole thing about the dolls and all that. See if there's any kind of news about it.
That would be Black Heart Dawn is the band, and we'll say you can look it up in the. Yeah, I guess you were talking about the forums. A concert happened just yesterday. Yeah, that's really all that's there. And the Ghost Hunters were Capital Ghost Hunters. There's been no news from them. They were there when you went into your latest coma, so I doubt they would have thought to text you.
Yeah, wow, I missed out on a lot this time. Uh, Shoot. Oh, do I have Miles's number?
Everyone exchanged
Yeah,
information.
you have all of them.
I think Miles might be. He might be a night owl. I don't know. I'll go ahead and just text Miles.
Okay, Miles, we were
I'll
at
just.
the yeah. We were at the old Calton burial ground. You were about to follow the ghoul down into the into the tunnels with Erin, and your phone rings.
Uh, I guess I look over at Aaron like, oh shit, it's Trevor.
Oh, Trevor! Yay!
I answer it, but I put him on speakerphone and I let him know ahead of time, like, hey, you're on speakerphone.
It's very polite.
uh, Trevor just goes, "My bad."
I was like, oh my God, Trevor.
Hey, wasn't really expecting you to be up, but I figured maybe if anyone was, it would be you. Um, I think I missed a lot of stuff. There was a couple meetings, a concert. What are you guys doing?
What aren't we doing? Well, and Aaron, feel free to like if I'm over exaggerating, but uh some shit went down. Uh Not to get into too much detail, but we're currently uh, made friends with a ghoul, and there's some sort of war going on, and we need your help.
Are you back at the graveyard?
Yes.
Not Greyfriars.
Yeah, not Great Fire, sorry.
Colton. Colton Burial Ground.
Okay. Uh, I start typing it into my maps application. I mean, I guess I'll meet you. I'll meet you over there.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Just watch out for spooky women.
Huh?
Or like, I don't know if it was a woman, but like anything vampire looking.
I'm usually pretty invisible to women, so that shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for the heads up. I suppose I'll call an Uber.
All right then.
I don't know if people are Ubering at 3 a.m., but maybe.
We did yesterday at like 2.
Yep, you
Is
see
it Chad?
If it's
there's
Chad.
a Needed to let me finish. Yep, yeah, you see a black background. He's one of those guys that didn't even put a picture on. It's just a black background, and his name is Chad.
All right. I will get a ride with Chad.
And he's clearly American and looks slightly out of place, and he's looking at you. And you're going to a graveyard.
Barrel ground, yep.
Uh, what's going on at these graveyards, man?
Aren't you hip to the music scene in the underground of Edinburgh?
Well, I guess I should be.
Yeah, you definitely should be.
Are you friends with this other two?
What other two?
The guy with the violin case.
Yeah, yeah, he's a great violinist.
All right, so get you there. All right, and
Did they get a
Chad,
ride from you earlier?
he's gotten a ride from me several times. The graveyards.
Nice. Yeah, I'm with them. Thanks.
All right, and he takes you on over to Old Calton Burial Ground. Did you take anything with you before I even continue this?
Nothing more than I'd normally have, which is, I believe, like cell phone, pen, normal stuff like that.
Oh, yes, I wanted to point out you did have a bag with you, and if you look into it, you would see that your nightstick and your knife were missing.
Oh, nice.
Guess you were arming yourself. You realize you have been disarmed.
Shoot, someone's pilfered my bag.
Okay. Yes, then we'll go back and yeah, Chad takes you to the old Celtic burial ground.
Alrighty. I will hop out. I will skip leaving a review. And I suppose I'll head in. Is there any sort of gate or am I able to just walk on?
It's mostly open in this graveyard. There's no like big gate that will stop me like in the Grey Fires.
Alrighty.
You don't immediately see the other two.
I guess I'll just start walking. Um, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, but I figure I'll eventually cover the ground. Probably walk toward the heart of it. I don't know. Seems like the place to go.
You two are waiting there. The ghoul is in the underground. He's looking at you with his eyes. You can see probably all you can see is his eyes.
Erin's probably got like just the head out of the hole, kind of looking around. And then she realizes this is like a pretty big, burial ground, and probably thinks to text Trevor that this is like over in the kind of the old, like broken down area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the name, but it has a name.
Yep, you are in the
section.
You are east from the Waterloo place.
Waterloo Place, yes, that one. So yeah, she'll text him that.
Alrighty. I pull up a map of it as soon as I get the message, and then I try to get myself over to this Waterloo broken down, run down area.
Yep, the graveyard noticeably changes. Everything's in disrepair here, and there's rubbish, there's broken glass. Some of the tombstones are sideways and such. And yeah, you eventually get there, and I guess Erin said their head was sticking out of the hole.
Hello.
Oh, Erin surprised me. Oh, down there, is there a ladder or is...
No, but it's fine. It's not bad. You can just scramble down.
Okay.
I promise it's not like that fence.
Oh yeah, hopefully not. You said you met a ghoul?
Oh, yes. Don't be afraid. He's very friendly. And she ducks down inside.
Very strange. I suppose I'll try to keep myself from shouting if I see him.
Yes, you've never seen a ghoul, so you have the unpleasantness coming up. All right, you guys get down into the all three of you now are together again in the tunnels. They are obviously dark. You can see it just barely. There are rough stone walls and unevenly packed earth underfoot. You smell just the constant smell of decay as you enter into it. In fact, it gets so overwhelming that gonna need a constitution check as it moves from like in the background into the foreground of your nose, and it's overwhelming you in a wave of sickness.
Right. Well, my con is only 50, so let's see how we do here. Come on, there we go. Nope, 78 over 50, so it's gonna be a failure.
All right, I guess Trevor, you would start dry heaving. I doubt you've eaten anything.
Yeah, I'm probably pretty dry.
Did the other two roll?
Sorry, yeah, I passed 45 from 45.
All right. Well, it's disgusting, but you hold it together.
Yes,
Oh.
Erin passed.
Okay. Aaron also holds it together. You both see Trevor dry heaving. The smell has clearly gotten to him.
This is definitely worse than a morgue, but it's really not that bad.
I don't know how you're tolerating it.
I'm a nurse.
We've also had some time to like acclimate to the whole smell, so.
And then Trevor, your day gets worse as a figure steps in front of the other two, obviously what they call the ghoul. This person, he looks like maybe a middle-aged man, but his skin is rotting. Half his hair is missing. He looks like a corpse that is moving. I don't know if Trevor knows of ghouls. He does have some mythos, but
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be that out of the question with all the kind of weird dreams and stuff I've had. It's just that I'm pretty sure I'm awake right now, and I think that there's a certain form of reality here that everyone else calls the real reality, and
Yeah.
normally my dream stuff doesn't cross over into that, and I'm seeing it happen for the first time.
Yeah, we can say that maybe in those dreams you saw like the ghouls you saw in your dreams, they were more their skin was more rubbery. They had the canine features. They didn't have
Yeah,
much for hair. This one is just a rotting corpse, it almost looks like. He's
yeah,
like maybe in half decay. Yep, and then he could roll your sanity. So your dreams have become reality.
I love it. All right, sanity. Hold on a sec. Sorry, I gotta make sure which one is my. Okay, I only have 59 for my current, but fortunately, I got 23.
Okay, then you take 0 damage from a ghoul if you pass, so they just stepped out of your dreams, but you seem to be ready for it. You were prepared.
How did you get here?
We live down here.
You don't live in the dream world.
He kind of cocks his head sideways. This is like dream world.
I've seen what I call ghouls, a little bit different than you. Purple dog teeth. I see them in the dream world. I've never seen something like yourself here in the physical, the agreed upon world.
Oh, that happens to the ghouls that become feral.
And you're civilized.
We're holding on.
Sorry, I'm still catching up. I guess what are we doing? What are we doing down here?
You and your friends have stumbled into a war, basically.
And it's a metaphorical war, maybe.
No, no, and he walks away and he kind of waits for you to follow.
Huh? Lead the way, Miles, Aaron.
He goes down the dark tunnels. I'm not sure what you guys are doing for light. There's definitely no torches or anything like of the sort down here.
Pull my cell phone out. It makes it worse.
Yep.
All right, so we got what, 3 cell phone lights lighting up
Uh-huh.
the tunnel.
Yeah.
Cell phone flashlights.
All right, I'll allow it as you. It's enough to see, but it's definitely the darkness is enveloping all of you as you walk down the tunnels with the ghoul. Okay, he leads you out into it's like a wide open place. It's a wide open place. Behind it, there is a wooden door. There are 4 more of these type of ghouls like him. A few of them they were perhaps female when they were still human. It can be hard to tell sometimes with the decay. They uh they look at you and they ask you, and who are all of you? The ghoul does not attempt to speak for you. He steps aside and he walks away from all of you. He disappears down a different tunnel.
Wait,
Are,
he just. Oh,
are we
sorry.
still following him, or
No, he kind of dumps you here. You feel like
goodbye and leaves? You're like, okay, cool.
Ugh.
He said he was going to take us to the leader of your group. I'm Erin. Hello.
Oh. Uh, you can go in, but you have to surrender any of your weapons.
Evans.
We don't know if you're in league with the vampires or not.
Oh, no, we don't like them. Uh, Speaking of weapons, Trevor, I have some things of yours.
You do?
Yes, your father dumped them on the side of the road. Don't know why. I'm sorry
Oh,
to
he's
say that man's a bit of an ass. I don't like him.
yeah, he's an asshole. Um, I don't I don't like to spend a whole lot of time around him. Unfortunately, I kind of my disease keeps him rather close.
Well, we can work on that later. But yes, there's these. Are you all right with if we just leave them here?
Uh, I guess that would have been on the side of the road anyway. So, uh, thanks, by the way.
It's Trevor's weapons, the gun, the giant bag of stuff. These aren't really weapons, but I'm gonna leave them here too because they're handy. Puts down like the gardener's bag with like a shovel and a
Yeah.
Hmm.
pair of and a crowbar and a pair of bolt
Yeah,
cutters.
Trevor, you see a bag, it just drops clink, and you see like maybe it's open a little bit. You see a crowbar in there. You see a bolt cutter.
Are you sure we don't need that shovel?
I mean, hopefully not for right now.
And then all four ghouls head turned towards Miles.
Surely, the humble violin is not a weapon. But I can set it down. It's fine.
It'll be fine. All right, they kind of eye you all again in the eyes, kind of hard. You can see they're trying to be like they're trying to animate back human, but it's coming off odd. It's a little off-putting at times. And they eventually step aside and they open the wooden door. They let you walk inside. And when you enter, you see a roughly crescent-shaped cave that appears to be providing shelter for these ghouls. The mood in here is very, very quiet and somber. There's maybe like a couple torches that are in the main area illuminating just a little bit. In the furnishings in there are very basic. There's like it's basically just stone. They're sleeping on stone slabs and they've like dug up some of the earth and padded it as beds, I guess. And then as you look around you from the flickers of the torch, you do see that there are arrangements of skulls and other human bones that have been placed everywhere.
Is that leftovers from dinner?
You know, as you ask that, you look around and you can see like just outside of the reach of the torchlight, you think there may be 20 ghouls, maybe more.
Hello.
Yes,
Hmm.
hello. We're here to help, I think. And meet whoever's in charge.
They kind of leave you hanging for probably a very uncomfortable couple of moments without answering, and finally one shuffles up. It's maybe a female. It's missing all of its hair. It looks a little more decayed than the other two. It doesn't try to speak. It just shambles and it goes towards the south and it beckons you.
All right. Follow.
All right.
Yeah.
And as you follow, eventually you get to a very it's a bit much smaller tunnel than the one you guys entered into originally. It's another wooden door. It opens the door into a chamber. It points inside, then it shambles back into the darkness of the other room.
Hmm. Boy, stuck inside.
All right. Aaron, you enter into a small chamber. It looks like it was perhaps once a medieval chapel. Maybe it's very clearly long since abandoned. It's been probably built on top of. The walls are plain. They have thick stone. There's a single window in there, and it's in the west wall, but it wouldn't open to anything now, only into dirt. And in the middle of this room, and we'll say that for your convenience, there is as you enter, a torch is lit. It illuminates the face of another ghoul. This ghoul is a very old woman. Her skin is completely gray, as well as her hair. She's very gaunt. Her face is very drawn and long, and she she looks like quite the corpse. She looks probably, apart from her hair, she looks much worse than the others. She looks at all of you. She says, "Why have you been shown your way here?"
Don't actually know.
Well, we met one of yours in the graveyard above, the cult and burial ground. And he was trying to help us keep away from a vampire. And
Oh, that animates her a little bit. You saw the vampire.
yes, we don't like the vampires. They're very bad.
That's
And
good to hear.
I know a little bit about your people, although this is the first time I've ever met one of you today. Um, I know that you don't harm the living like they do. You usually only eat the dead. Figured if there's a war going on, like he said, uh, would rather be on your side.
Yes, under my command, my ghouls only eat the dead. Although we do have feral ghouls here, and they're much harder to control, as you can imagine.
Mm. Also, we got into all this because we were looking for a young girl named Bernie. I don't know if you've come across her at all.
Oh, Bernie. Yes, the vampires. They are known as the Scions of the Rose. We are They are tired of us and they have marked us for extermination.
That's
Why are
strange.
they
I don't know why.
Hmm. Well, perhaps they feel there's only room for one of us in the city.
Sorry, Miles, what was that?
Oh no, that's all I was just I guess what brought upon this like conflict between you and the vampires.
I don't think there really is a reason. They just simply hate us and they want us to die.
Hmm.
So you're looking for Bernie.
Yes.
Well, Bernie was on her way to becoming one of us, actually, but the vampires stole her and changed her into one of their number
Oh
before the
no.
change happened.
Like she was actively trying to become a ghoul.
Well, it's rarely our choice, as you can imagine.
Do you think that you scare people away from the graveyard and they want people to come to the graveyard party and become vampires?
They turn a number of people into their thralls, yes, and that's what they did to Bernie. They are a lesser kind of vampire.
Well, I definitely want to kill those.
You wish to get involved with this?
Yeah, I don't like the idea that somebody turned Bernie into the creature of the night. Uh, I've been out for a while, but that's how I got started in this. I have no idea how any of you play into it, but you can count me in if it's for sort of our initial quest, I guess. It all ties
Oh,
in.
And what was
right.
your initial quest?
Well, there was a man on the subway, and he was in distress, and he exploded into maggots that became flies, and he was trying to tell us about Blackheart Dawn, which is the band that is apparently all vampires. By the way, Trevor, we didn't get a chance to catch up yet, but yeah, we saw them murder someone on stage.
Yeah, it was quite unpleasant.
So someone on a train turned into maggots?
Yes.
You can see almost like a bit of emotion go into her face, and he was one of us.
Oh,
They have an artifact. I believe it's called the Mackenzie's finger. After it touches someone with you touch someone with it, and 7 days later you saw what happened.
oh my.
They've been using this to get rid of us. That particular ghoul, he was infected, and he said he would go and fight them. I guess he didn't make it. It was a suicide mission, as he was already dead, but that's horrible to see it didn't come to anything.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense why we couldn't find any record of him. He'd been one of you. I'm sure he was hiding his existence well before that.
So that's what's got you involved. And you followed that trail all the way down here.
Yeah, that's where it's led us.
Hmm. Well, one of us named Rafa Sene, he stole this artifact from them, although I don't know where he's gone. He's missing. I suspect he has Bernie with him.
Stole the Mackenzie's finger.
Correct. He's either trying to keep it away from them or maybe he has some other intent for it. I don't know. I considered him trustworthy until now. I imagine the problem lies with that Bernie McCall woman. Those two, they are somewhat romantically involved. She almost coughs the words out.
Huh. Has so Bernie's been involved with your particular group of ghouls for a while now?
Yes, she was changing. She knew she was changing, and A lot of time when this happens to people, they find themselves drawn to the dead, to the graveyards and such. And she came upon us, and we told her, and we waited for her to turn, but she was taken from us and turned into a vampire instead.
Uh-huh.
What makes you think that she's with this fella who stole the artifact instead?
I simply think they concocted some kind of plan together, and they took the finger, stole it, and are hiding out. It makes the most sense. The most simple answer is likely the correct one.
Right, because they were involved.
Yes.
Maybe Barney's trying to end your war. I don't know.
Well, the finger could hurt some of, but do the same thing to the vampire that it does to us, but it's only two of them against the entire army of vampires. They're not going to succeed.
An entire army, you see. I thought it was just that band.
Just that band. She almost croaks out a laugh. She's like, they are using that band to find new members to feed. Bernie's told us all about that band.
Now, the band, the Blackheart Dawn, are they the sort of head of this vampire group, or are they just sort of soldiers in the vampire group?
They are just thralls being used by Lazarus Black, the leader of the Sign of the Rose.
Okay, so they're being like not controlled, but like they're just pawns in this whole scheme.
Oh, they are pawns, but they know full well what they're doing, and they enjoy it.
What would you like to see happen?
I would like Rafa Sene return to us with the finger. And well, things here, they're about to spiral out of control. Conflict is inevitable. We have to just it's the ghouls, the feral ghouls. Both of us are trying to take control of them, and whoever takes control of them they'll attack the other side and likely come out the victor.
The vampires, they have some sort of mind control powers, eh?
Oh yes,
Does that work on your lot too, then?
it absolutely does.
Mm.
They've used it to a devastating effect on us many times.
Have any of you fought a vampire? Because I'm wondering how exactly it is we're gonna accomplish that task.
Oh, we can fight them quite easily with their. We are not quite full ghouls as you can see, but she just shows her claws. The vampires, they are weak to piercing for some reason. They don't take the being stabbed very well.
That's good to know.
Although you do have to get in close for that.
Is there like a counter for the mind control thing? Is it like based on if you can hear them talk or looking into their eyes or
It's almost as if a spell they all become able to cast. And the only counter is the power of your own mind, young man.
well, that doesn't bode well for me.
Well, you find yourself here. Don't sell yourself short. How many people do you think would walk into tunnels with the decaying corpse of a man telling them to come?
Fair enough.
I don't know if that says good things about our mental powers, but
She looks at you hard in the eyes. I almost to say, how dare you?
well, as you said, most normal people wouldn't do that.
Well, you may not be a ghoul or a vampire, but I'd highly doubt the three of you are normal in any sense.
Fair enough there. Oh, well, so if I was this person that you're looking for, your ghoul, your fella, where would he be? Where's a place that he might hide that isn't here? Because we've been looking for Barney all over, and we've already been to all of the places we could find out about easily.
I believe he's in the tunnel somewhere, likely hiding somewhere in secret. The
Is there,
surface world wouldn't be a good idea. His hunger would drive him back down.
is there a large network of tunnels?
Yes, there are. We sort of share these tunnels. The vampires are on the other side to the west, and she kind of vaguely points. And yes, the feral ghouls are in the middle.
So the vampires are underground too? Interesting.
Yes, I suppose conflict was always going to happen.
You said they were like a variant of a vampire. What's different about them?
She kind of cocks her head to the side, and they're the only vampire I've ever known. I've
Oh,
done a fair amount of occult reading in my time, but they just don't seem to be much on actual. It's hard to tell what myth and legend and reality is.
I think he means the thralls. Is there a much difference you know of between
Oh,
them and their leader?
yes, he would be much more powerful.
But they can all do this thing to your mind, right? Perhaps even Bernie.
Yes, you should have the power now as well.
Hmm. Well, hopefully there's not a direct connection between, all the way here between you and the vampires, right? Underground.
Well, it does seem perhaps the same thing created us, but who can really say? So I said I've done a lot of occult reading in my day, but the answers I need are so specific, and that stuff is so vague. And most of my time is trying to keep my goals from keep their humanity intact.
How many feral ghouls are there?
Oh, there's at least 2 dozen.
You said you were trying to save them. Have you documented a case of turning
Oh
them?
no, the pharaohs are already lost to their hunger and humanity.
So
They
is sick
will.
of them like killing them?
Well, I wish they would just stay down here and away from the surface world. That's enough. They aren't a danger to us. They would be a danger to you. However, I do have a way to fix that. It seems like you are going to join our side, correct?
Mhm.
All right, she begins to wave her hand around the air. I mean, there's a noticeable like a magnetic spark in the air, and you kind of feel like the hair on your arms go up, and there's like some kind of rune in the air. And then she says, "That was a warding spell. The ghouls will leave you alone for now.
Well, that's very useful.
Just them, or is like everyone gonna be scared of me?
Just the feral ghouls."
Sounds good. Maybe we can sneak through them and end up in the vampire side of things, maybe.
Yes, that's what I was wondering. Can you just underground walk all the way to where the vampires are, where there's no one in the way?
Well, you would have to pass through the ghouls, but yes, that's why I cast the spell.
Yes, that seems very dangerous.
This might
They're
be
almost sort of a buffer between the two of you then.
Yes.
this might be a stupid question, but is there a map?
No, there is no map.
Damn. Well, what do you guys think about maybe observing? Maybe we can sort of start building an idea of what the terrain is if the ghouls are going to leave us alone. I assume they also attack the vampires, which is good for us.
Right.
Yeah, I'm up for
Um,
that.
Someone took the pharaoh, right?
We
The
we should have the Pharaoh doll should be in our bag. Well, it's not with us currently, but
Oh, did you just stick it in the in the
I think
bag of
everything kind
stuff?
of I think everything kind of went in the bag of stuff.
But you have Olivia, don't you? In your pocket.
Yes, I have
Okay.
Olivia Reed.
That wasn't that pharaoh thing. Wasn't that what was in the Agatha doll? That's what made us go all funny, right? Is there any way we could use that somehow?
She's watching you with intent, trying to figure out what you guys are talking about.
Ma'am, we've run into something else that messed with our heads. Um, like the song the vampires played did. And it was a doll originally. But then we broke the doll and it became a little black pharaoh thing.
A black pharaoh?
Yeah, like a little figurine.
See, she has an idea cult for some reason. It's incredibly high. And she rolled a 9 out of 90. I don't think she has any mythos skills, so it was kind of be generalized. Yeah. Well, the Black Pharaoh shows up often in these occult practices. I don't I don't know though about their mind control. I don't think this is related.
Well, it definitely wasn't helpful, but I was just thinking if there was only a way that, you spoke of controlling the ghouls, the feral ones, and whoever can do that would probably win. Well, they've got innate mind control abilities, right? What do we do for your side to even that scale?
I imagine we would just have to rile the ghouls up and overwhelm them when the time comes.
Is there mind control ability? Is it the song that they play? Do you know what I'm talking about, Miss School?
It occurs to me my manners aren't up to snuff anymore. My name is Kathy McGregor.
Oh, Kathy, nice to meet you. I'm
It's been a
Erin.
long time since I spoke to humans, apart from Miss Burney, of course. And I suppose theoretically they could use the spell in their music. That's actually rather devious in a way, isn't it? The whole
Mhm.
crowd under your sway, the song, and you get your pick of food and converts.
Yeah, just asking because we were able to obtain a music sheet from them at some point. Let's say we stole it, and I feel like it might be connected to how they're mind controlling people, or just this spell.
Hmm.
Either that or it has something to do with accessing their lair.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. It does have some sort of magical property, I guess.
I don't think it was well, it was that song originally that made me feel a bit odd. But there was something going on at the concert. It didn't affect me the same way, but it wasn't even that song yet. So there's something else, but maybe they just do hide it in the music.
I think, young man, what you saw in that picture, I think it was a gate spell. If you would have walked into it, you would have went right to their lair.
That's
Hmm,
brilliant.
very interesting.
I see. Do they have to keep out of the sun like in the you know, in all the myths?
No, these particular vampires are not harmed by the sun in any way. I
See,
suppose it's
now
just
here I
their.
was thinking that they used that to get to their practice space just because it would keep them out of the sunlight. Drat.
I suppose they just like the aesthetic and they need to hide their dark deeds.
I don't know if I ever did an occult check on the Black Pharaoh doll thing. Can I do that?
You did. I pretty much gave you the like generalized the Black Pharaoh appears in a lot of occult things over and over as a symbol and as a symbol of worship, a symbol of power. So if you're joining us, then I will stay here and I will keep the troops ready. Then you find Rafa, Sene, and Bernie McCall in this tunnel somewhere. It's my best guess. And I don't know what you're going to do with the vampires. Should you run into them, perhaps you can pretend or be interested or kill them outright. I guess the choice is yours.
I suppose that's a thought we should have before we go. What do you think, fellas?
So, what do they look like? Do you think they're always dressed up like these band members, or are we able to tell them apart?
Yes, they only look when they reveal themselves, they merely look paler than regular people. The change is not as dramatic as it is with us.
Okay, so I guess just look out for anyone who looks like a normal person then.
Yes, because most normal people, like anyone who isn't us, shouldn't be down in these tunnels.
So I'm a little bit lost, but I guess searching stealthily, trying to be careful for these people, that's the best bet. That's the best way to go about it. And then maybe we can find out what they're up to and then maybe return them here if they're willing to sort of help. But if they've turned against us, and by us I mean the ghouls, I guess that means that we have to kill them then and take the finger.
I think perhaps, Kathy, does the finger pose any, danger to us if we were to pick it up?
You can pick it up, but it's I suppose you think with intent with it that you wish to activate it, and you touch someone. That's how it works.
Hmm.
Oh, all right.
Because that's probably our best bet at killing these vampires anyway. That would be a good weapon to have on our side.
Young man, it does take 7 days for it to come into effect.
Right, it's not going to be helpful in the moment if we end up fighting them.
Shoot. I guess touch them and run.
Well, in any case, it's definitely something that shouldn't fall back into their hands. They've already done bad things with it. We know Bernie. We can guess what she would look like. What about your fella?
Rafa. He has dark skin. He's very tall and lean. He has short black hair. He's actually only just recently begun to turn, or excuse me, he's only recently returned. So the decomposition is not too great in him.
All right, good to know. Well, shall we? Sounds like we have quite a bit of exploring ahead of us.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll get started, and Kathy, we'll have this all cleared up in no time.
I wish you all the best of luck. It would be a shame if you were to die out there.
Maybe not.
Or just like blinks at Trevor a few times.
Life is a thinly veiled hell.
Well, but with your experiences that you've been telling us about, if we were to die, wouldn't we just go to this Dreamlands place that you dream about that you don't think is any good either?
Well, I guess we'll have to see. Hopefully, whatever our consciousness is might get dissolved by the entities. There's, not to get too deep into it, but there's beings that you can't even gaze upon without basically unraveling in a way that's difficult to describe. So I think maybe our human consciousnesses at least wouldn't survive the journey.
Oh, well, something to hope for then. Oh, Trevor, I'm so glad you're back. Let's go. Oh, Kathy, we can't see in the dark. I assume you can. Do you have some, something we can use as a backup should our cell phones start to, lose power?
You kind of see a very thin smile. He came down into tunnels without source of light.
In
Well,
hindsight.
we could go back up. There are some lights that the crew had. We put it in their car.
She
We'll
just
get some of that.
starts rumbling around, and she pulls out like 3 old school torches that you need to light. She's like, "This is the best I can do."
No, that's perfect. I like the old school feel.
And she hands it each to one of you.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Someone can guide us to the edge of where your area is, yes?
She's like, "I would do it myself." And then she walks in front of all of you.
Wait, I have one more question.
Yes.
How long is this ward thing supposed to last?
Until one side is dead.
No, not ward. Ward.
Ward, excuse me. It should last a couple days.
Okay, good. So we can afford to take it slow then. I have a series of sleep disorders.
You. Oh, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? And she walks.
Oh dear. Well, don't fall asleep down here, Trevor.
Yeah, take a dirt nap.
Well, I guess just more to the group, as Kathy kind of leads us, so so what are we feeling? Do we want to just go straight into like the Feral Ghoul area and just explore from there? Or I know it's a more for Trevor's sake, while you were out, we had we found like after we talked to Brian Miller, we had found the like recording studio where Blackheart Dawn was practicing at, and we kind of for lack of a better term, busted in. And it sounds like while we were there, there was a poster that there's a very high possibility is like a portal into like the vampire's den, um, through playing like a musical note, musical sheet that we found in the room. So that's another thing. And besides that, and I'm kind of going off of that the mausoleum at the Kierkegaard cemetery site is the same as the vampire den, but that might not be true. Um, we had purchased a bunch of like bolt cutters and crowbars, and basically with the intention of bringing down the gate that had been causing us trouble in the past. So those were a couple of the things we were thinking of beforehand.
That's a good idea. Um, so you said it's sheet music.
Yeah, there was it's sheet music for a Red Red Rose, and when I played it on my violin, it caused a poster in the room to shimmer. And it sounds like that was probably a gate spell leading to most likely the vampire's den.
And do you believe it's linked to that poster? Like it wouldn't work right now.
I think it's linked to the poster specifically. I'm not through what mechanism, I'm not 100% sure.
Right, because we took out the video that was of the same place, and it didn't do anything to that. Turned on the volume, paused it. There was no reaction, so
That was going to be my next question. The video didn't do it. Um, hmm. I'm wondering if there's other portals too. The same song would open. That might be useful in a war against them.
Yeah, if there is, we haven't found one.
would probably have to be in some place that they sort of have control of or frequent, because that was their dedicated practice space. I don't know that we know of many other places. We could try see if there's one backstage in under the Haymarket. That'd be the only other place I think of. But we did break the door, so there's that.
But we did also make a stealthy escape without anyone noticing. So,
Yeah, no, I don't think that, they necessarily for sure will tie us to that. Just saying that when they come to their practice space next and notice the door is broken, they may not think of it as so secure. They might, remove themselves from there. I don't know. It's been quite a day, Trevor.
apparently a very long day.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot happened.
We did take a nap.
Yeah, nice. So right. I'm kind of. I keep feeling like that portal is going to be like a good angle to attack them from, but at the same time, maybe it's not any different than any other angle. Like if we were to come at them down here, they wouldn't expect that either.
Might be true, might be true.
Yeah, because they wouldn't necessarily know. I don't know if they'd expect us to have this ward on us. so that like prevents the feral ghouls from attacking us.
Well, it sounds like if we wanted to, do something to the vampires, it would probably be a suicide mission. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But like eventually we got to do something, right? If we're gonna go to war with them, eventually somebody's gonna have to start putting knives into them or whatever. I get. So when I asked earlier if they were different than regular vampires, and then she acted like they weren't. But it sounds like you just stab them with any old thing, and that hurts them.
Seems like.
So maybe it won't be quite that bad. We can get like spears, right? I mean that's stabbing them. Then we can stay nice and far away from them.
I like the way you think. That's good thoughts.
Mm.
I think first we need to find, hopefully, Bernie and Ratha and this artifact. Maybe Bernie's not all gone. Maybe there's something there to be saved.
I doubt that GPS signal works underground and all that, but I'm gonna check my phone and see. Keeper.
Yeah, you get no signal down here, no Wi-Fi or anything.
I wonder if I can make an offline map with Strava, but probably not. This far underground, I don't think.
Well, we'll try to make, note of where we go, but we're just going to have Edge of Ghoul territory as a starting place, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They let us pick up all our weapons, right?
Yeah, we'll say that the version of that conversation happened that she was leading you back out to the front where you met the 4 original ghouls, and you arrive there. Everything's still laying on the ground with the 4 ghouls still there. Kathy bids you farewell, and she goes back inside.
Bye, Kathy. It
Thank
was
you for
nice
the
to meet
help.
you. And picks up all the stuff.
Yeah, she gives no reply after that. She just
Good job, fellas. Excellent guard duty.
one of the ghouls, he sees you pick up the bags. He points roughly west and he says, vault. And then he points south and he says, larder.
Does that mean anything to either?
Well, larder is usually where one keeps one's food.
Yeah, I don't think we want to eat what they eat, right?
Nope.
Not at present.
It'd probably just bother you too if we go in there, so let's go this other way.
Any chance you'll be our guide, or are we on our own on this one? I'm saying to the ghoul.
They all 4 in unison shake their head no. They stay back. Guard.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not. All right, let's go. Erin runs off into the darkness.
After lighting the torch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have gone west towards the vault. Is that what you chose?
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, you go down the darkness of the tunnel. It's pretty wide, and there's not like picture like maybe a wide open tunnel. It's fairly maybe 8 foot ceiling height. There's definitely room to move around in these tunnels. And as you are going through here in the dark, you gonna get a listen roll. As you go into the west tunnel, I think you hear the faint of something.
I was built for listen rolls, but I got a 99, so not this.
I got an extreme success. I got a 4 under 60.
Hooray.
Okay. Trevor is still shaking off the cobwebs, and Aaron, you think you hear hushed voices coming from the north, maybe? You just barely pick them up.
I'll, finger to the lips, point in that direction.
Okay.
Ear.
You walk into these tunnels are much smaller as you go in. Maybe it's barely body width as you push through, and gonna get a spot hidden. So you try to find where the voices are coming from.
I certainly will try.
Fail from me.
Awesome. I got a 1 under 60.
Ooh, that beats my regular success. Heck
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
sorry. I lied. It's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
It's
Still a
still like an
success.
extreme.
Still
So,
great.
was Trevor the only success?
No, I
Yep.
succeeded as well.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was an extreme success.
You both look around in these tunnels. Maybe you're hitting like patting your hands on the walls, trying to figure out where the sounds are coming from. Then both Aaron and Trevor kind of pat their hands, and they both arrive at the same spot. And a little part of the on the bottom, the dirt, it gives way. It's like a very small opening that you could crawl through. There's definitely be a squeeze. It would be uncomfortable, but you can definitely get in there.
Ugh, getting tight, you guys.
All right. I load my gun.
Okay,
I have it in my hand.
so your gun is ready. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
I crawl through.
Kind of just imagine you like angrily putting your fist at the gun. One, two. All right. Aaron, you come through and it opens up into a much wider area. It's like it's one of those old disused train tunnels that date back 100 or so years ago.
Oh, do I see anyone? Source of voices?
Yes, there are railroad tracks here, and the two people they kind of push their head out and they look to see who came. They're not doing anything, they're just looking at you, and clearly they spotted you.
What do these persons look like?
I would say you're not close enough to tell. And you do have a gun in your head.
Am I the only one coming through?
Yeah, I don't know if there's two squeezed through yet.
I was volunteering myself to go last.
Oh, courageous.
I prepare my violin and I make my way through.
Okay. As you enter, you see Aaron, gun in their hand, pointed towards two people that are hiding behind a wall. They're kind of looking in at you. Their features obscured in shadows. It's kind of a standoff.
Hello over there, in as friendly of a voice as I can muster.
Barney?
You hear the voice of a young woman. Uh, how did you guys get here?
We've been looking for you.
Are you do you follow me on my socials?
I do.
Oh, what's your username?
Uh, what is my Insta? Oh, something dumb from when I was in college. Nursey Warsey 69 or something like that. I don't remember.
That's perfect. But you would have followed her after, right? You were the investigation,
Yeah,
right? So yeah,
yeah.
she you kind of a pause. Nursey, where is he?
Yeah, it's very embarrassing. I don't use my Insta much.
Uh, I don't recall that, but if you put the gun away, we can talk.
Oh, right. Puts it away. I didn't know it was you. I can't see that far.
And
Is
then
that
yeah,
Ratha with you?
and then out from where they were hiding, you do see a man that matched Rafa's description, the tall and lean man, the dark skin and short black hair, and then Bernie, who you already saw in her pictures, exactly like she looked there. She's a very small woman. She is dressed all in black, and she has very striking platinum blonde hair. They both regard you. It's like, yes, I'm Rafa. What are you two doing mixed up in all this? Or excuse me, what are you three doing mixed up in all this? Wait, does he see Trevor? My bad. That's why I'm getting confused.
Trevor he has crawled through the hole but has
Mm.
not emerged from it. He's lying flat, face down, snoozing.
Okay. Then he will say then, okay, how did you two get mixed up in all this?
Oh, there was a fella. Oh, Kathy didn't tell us his name. Oh, the poor man. He exploded in front of us. It was very bad, very sad.
Into maggots.
Yep, maggots.
Ah,
And they became flies. They flew out the window.
yes, they've been doing that to us.
Yeah, don't like that. Um, Thought maybe it was a pandemic or something. You know, I'm a nurse. Was
Oh,
looking into that.
nerves.
Found out he'd got coffee from you, Bernie. Uh, found out about you and you know your interest in climate change and all of that good stuff and all your cute filters and monster face and all that
Oh,
stuff.
you're so sweet.
Yeah, and and the last thing he said to us, the gentleman who unfortunately exploded, was Blackheart Dawn. So then we were like, "What's this? What's this band?" And we saw that you followed them, and we were concerned because you weren't at work. And so really, it's all about you, Bernie. We've been trying to make sure you're all right.
Well, I'm all right, as you can see. We're down here eating rats, but I'm otherwise fine.
Well, now we're in the middle of all kinds of trouble. So why don't you tell us the story? What actually happened?
And then Rafa speaks up, well, there's a war. I stole the damn finger from them and I've been hiding. I don't really have a great story to tell you. I don't. You really stepped in it. You guys should have stayed up topside.
Eh, I mean, I'm really bad at, not rushing to help. It's kind of part of the whole medical professional thing.
And you see Bernie kind of elbowing him, like, it's like, and he kind of gives away. He's like, well, we do have a way to stop all this, I guess.
Oh,
Then we'll say something that catches his eye, and he's like, is there somebody else in the tunnel with you?
looks around. Trevor, oh, Trevor leans down and like kind of reaches in and starts shaking him, patting his face.
Yep, I'm here. Yep.
Come out, it's just Barney. Come out.
Oh,
And Rafa.
Bernie,
Hello.
we've been looking for you. We found a receipt. This guy's pocket. He exploded. He turned into maggots.
Yeah, but why are you sleeping?
I have a series of sleep disorders.
Oh, is she your nurse? Is that why she's here?
Well, I am now. We only met 2 days ago on the train. Was it two? Or maybe it's three now.
Wow,
It's the morning.
that was fate. It had to be.
Something like that.
And what do you
So
do? What do you do? Are you a doctor, sir?
No, I play the violin and I hold up.
Oh,
He's very good.
can you play it for us now?
Yes, I can.
Roll your
wait,
skill.
wait, hold on. Are you sure you want to do that right now?
Oh, he won't play that song. It's fine.
Well, no. Like the acoustics in here are going to be crazy. Like that's going to be really loud.
Hey, sir, we're not expecting a concert. Just want to hear a little tune.
Yeah, but like, aren't you like? Do you want to see a little ghoul? Because
Huh?
if he plays music, the ghouls can hear it, right?
Oh, like we'll attract too much attention.
The
Yeah.
feral ones.
Oh, well,
You're
I
hiding from them,
suppose.
right? Is that, or are you cool with them? I'm sorry, I was asleep. Can we? Are you with the vampires, or what's your angle?
Well, I was turning into a ghoul, but they stole me away and turned me into the vampire thrall. And I'd already she almost looks embarrassed for a second, then she smiles. I fell in love with Rafa here, and we decided to stay together regardless.
Oh, it's a Romeo and Juliet.
Well,
That's the power of love.
Yeah.
still a better story than Twilight.
Oh, absolutely.
Ah. Then you see her elbowing Rafa again. She's like, come on, come on. And he's like, all right, we found a way. There is something known as a key. There's something known as a lock. When the key is held by used on the lock, oh, excuse me, a ghoul uses the key, and the lock is held by a vampire. And when they unlock it, the curse in the earth here shall be undone, and all vampires and ghouls will all perish in the city. And
Oh, oh no.
that's why we're hiding away, because obviously Kathy won't allow that.
Well,
Do you have those things already?
I believe Kathy has the lock somewhere in her lair, and I suppose that bastard Black has the key in his lair somewhere as well.
well, this just got awfully complicated.
Yes, but it would wipe us all out, and the problem is solved.
But then you'd all be dead.
Well, we believe that our spirit will live on together, and we will face whatever it is together.
So, what if we just kill the vampires?
Yeah.
Yes, can we do that?
Yeah, because they feed on living people, and I don't like that. I don't care if someone eats my body when I'm dead.
Same.
Well, this ritual or whatever we wish to call it, that's how it'll work. It'll take us both out.
Right, but
Right, right. But you don't have to kill, right? Like all of the ghouls, because the other ones seem to want to try.
Well, it's only a matter of time before we all become feral. Kathy is a good woman, but she has to face facts. Eternity is a long time. We're gonna slip.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna walk it back a little bit. What makes somebody a ghoul? How does that happen? Do you transmit it?
Uh, kind of. If someone spends a long time with us, I mean, a very long time, you guys don't have to worry. I'm talking years in our layers, and certainly if they eat with us, they'll eventually change. Some people also, they are perhaps the offspring of a ghoul and a woman, unfortunate woman. Others, I don't know, they changed on their own. Perhaps it's just in their bloodline.
Because I'm trying to think if the other ghouls want to just fade away, if they just want to make a go at it, I guess that's fine. But if there's always more ghouls, then I guess that's
Well,
the
there always
problem.
be more ghouls in the world. We're concerned with the city here.
so they could leave the city.
So I suppose you're not going to help us get this key in this lock.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like hide my enthusiasm for your plan because I do like that idea. I'm trying not to sound like a bad person because you guys still seem like people, but like I don't like the undead. So like I am kind of like into the lock and key thing. Um, where are you guys at on that, Erin?
Trevor's very honest. Good for you, Trevor. I'd rather not kill the ghouls, personally, but you know, because they seem rather friendly and interesting, and they probably know all sorts of wonderful things that I'd like to learn. But I don't know. I feel like your way might be the best way because if we were to try and go up against these vampires, they'd just kill us. And it sounds like otherwise a big nasty war is inevitable. And the vampires are likely to win, and that's bad for the humans in this city. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
surprised the two of you are all in on a plan to kill yourselves and all your kin.
Well, like I said, we will live on together. That's what we believe. Bernie's shaking her head, yes, enthusiastically. She hugs him.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's why you guys are hiding out here and you haven't gone back to the ghoul area.
And Bernie kind of lets slip. Also, because we stole the finger. Oops.
Right. Well, you stole it from the vampires, right?
Well, it was in their tomb. I guess they didn't think anyone was going to take it. Their mausoleum, whatever.
Yeah, we think we saw where that might have been. Remember that finger-sized hole you stuck your finger in, Myles?
Oh, okay, okay.
That's not the key, is it, though?
No, that's Mackenzie's finger. Turns you into maggots in a week. It's very unpleasant.
Right.
are there other body parts for the Mackenzie thing? Is there like a cursed foot?
She kind of laughs. No, it's just the finger, I think.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to process my own thinking here. Um,
Take your
I
time,
think
just don't fall asleep again.
I think I am excited about it because my dreams are terrifying. And from my understanding, there's still a lot of people in this world who are ignorant to that. And I kind of want to let them have that for as long as possible. And I think that, like, musical artists who kill people on stage is like not a way to keep them from knowing.
Well, that's the funny thing, Trevor, now that you mention it. People have been to these concerts, Jesse, that Brian Miller fella, and they don't remember anything like that afterwards, or if they remember, seeing something like that, they think it was very fake.
That's because there's power in the music. They make you they put you under their spell.
Exactly. So if you're not fully, present and awake for the whole thing, if you're kind of under their spell, then you can leave and you still don't know what actually happened.
But you were there and you remember.
Yep.
So that means that there could be other people.
That's true.
And I think for me, that's enough. I don't offer this world much, but if there's anything I can do to keep that veil intact, I kind of want to do it.
Well, so do you have any idea what these items actually look like? The things you need?
The library we found didn't really mention all that. Just, oh, excuse me, maybe it was a golden key and a silver lock.
Okay. I mean, no matter what, we were planning on trying to figure out something to do with the vampires anyway.
I might have fallen asleep again. Did you say that you stole these things from the vampires? Could you give us like an idea of like how their chambers are laid out? Because that might be useful.
Oh, we didn't steal this. We found this information in the library down here.
No, but you were there, right? They turned you, and also you were there to steal the finger. Can you give us any idea of what their scary their place looks like?
Well, it doesn't look much better than the ghoul. I suppose you met Kathy, so you must have went to the ghoul hideout, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look
Oh,
much different than that. They probably just trying to make it look more fancy. And the mausoleum is up top, not on the bottom.
Oh, right. Yeah, we didn't go down the hole.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. You would have walked right into the front of their lair.
Yes.
You'd have been food or turned or given up bad talking to. I don't know. I think
mm.
what time this session was.
So here's the thing. Katha sent us looking for you.
Well, you found me.
Yep. She knows that
We're not
you
going back.
two have the finger.
We're not giving the thing back.
Why is that exactly? Do you think she'll use it against you two?
No.
Okay, well then, here's the thing. If we want to get back in to where Kathy is, we probably need to bring her something. Now, I know you two want to stay out of being under the pull of either side, it sounds like, and especially if you want to enact your plan. But if we tell her, hey, they just want to be left alone, but if we bring the finger back, that'll get us in to see her.
This will take a hard persuade.
I'll give it a shot. Not worst at persuade. I don't think we've made one yet, though.
I know you can have 50 points in something, but it's still just 50-50.
Right? Yeah.
Damn it, clue.
Oh my
Critical
goodness.
success!
way.
I rolled a 1! I rolled
No
a 1!
way.
Give us that finger.
All right, yeah. He just kind of puts his hand in his pocket, and from it in his palm, you see it's a skeletal right index finger, and he just holds it out for you to take. And I suppose you can gain a sanity point back.
Ooh, nice. I need that. I take, like a little handkerchief and wrap it up. Thank you. That'll make that first part a lot easier. Now, if we were to get this, the lock, we can find it. Should we bring that to you first? Leave it with you before we try the really hard
Well,
part.
unless you think you can do that on Kathy as well, I don't think she's going to part with the lock.
Well, we don't have to tell her. We've done all sorts of petty larceny lately.
Well, were
Do you-
there 20 ghouls when you were doing that other larceny?
That's true.
Eh,
Do you think she knows what she has in this
huh.
lock?
I Well, Kathy is very into the occult, so she might know that there's some importance to it.
You don't think she'd have it on her, do you?
It's either on her or she's hiding it in the lair that she's her little sanctum there in the church thing.
All right, well, we'll do what we can. But I do think that this is better you know, in their hands than in the vampires, for sure.
Although, when she sees that finger, she might decide it's time to attack. Did you consider that?
Oh, well, there is that, isn't there?
Mm.
Should we try to get the key first? What do you fellas think? That's gonna be dangerous either way.
Well, you could just pretend to be interested in becoming vampires. They're always looking for new people.
Right, they invited us to star in a music video.
Oh, that's how they got me.
Yep.
And he does play
When,
the violin over there. You could pretend to join the band.
yeah, you could offer to play on an acoustic version of their album.
That's true.
Tell them they could get the not quite so metal crowd with that.
I mean, I'm down for it. This we'll see how it goes, but
Just don't show them that finger.
No.
mhm.
So, I got $10 on that little window in her thing. If you open that up and dig that out like it was a shelf, I bet you it's in there. But more importantly, maybe one of us should keep the finger while the others investigate for the vampire key. So that way they can't get the finger.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
want them
like
to have it back.
mhm.
I mean, you can
Like
always leave it here. I'll give it back to you.
All right.
okay, yeah.
I would just
Good.
say it's a critical success. You know, he's being honest. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, we may need that.
Well, I kind of feel like one of us should keep it, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm open to feedback. I'm just worried since you guys are motivated to hide from everybody. You're also motivated to stay on the move, and then how do I know if I'm gonna find you again to get the finger back?
Well, you're the first people to find us so far. I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, and my point is that I think we might not be so lucky next time.
We're not going to move. We'll stay right here.
Maybe it'll work.
Do you have any sort of magical powers that make it hard to find you?
No, we're just hiding. Although speaking of magical powers, remember the vampires, they can control your mind. They might just say, "Give me the finger," and you give them the finger.
Right. Can they read our minds? Can you read my mind?
No, I can't read your mind.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then.
When you control people's mind, do you see into their mind?
No, I just tell them to do something and they do it. Like, "Hey, Miles, play the violin," and give me a power roll, Miles.
Oh my goodness. 22 under 60, so no way,
Okay.
Jose.
Is that a hard success?
Uh, yes.
All right, let's see what she has. She has 36 under 60, so normal. No, and she's like, "Damn it! Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't."
So you're telling me you can build up a resistance to it?
Well,
Do it to me.
And what do you want me to tell you to do since you're being so condescending?
Uh,
How about you play Miles' violin and she, roll
no.
your power.
Wait, no. All right.
I have a 34 under 60 normal success.
I got an 11 under 65, so that's actually extreme.
She's like, damn it, you guys are good. Hey, Aaron, play Miles' violin.
Oh no. That's my
Oh
okay.
shit, no, she got a 91 over 60.
Oh, okay.
What'd she
So
get?
unless I critically fail.
Yeah.
No, I succeeded. Just
She's like
regular.
stomps her foot angry. Damn it, you guys are, I guess you guys are be good, but still, they're much more dangerous than us, so, or just me.
Well, right. Do you get better at it perhaps over time?
Lazarus Black, he's old. Who knows what powers he has?
Mhm. Do you think it's more just like learning new tricks over time?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't really know how it works. I've only been this past week turned into one of these things.
Hmm. By the way, your co-workers were all concerned about you.
Oh, hope Steve's doing okay. He's a good guy. I don't want to see him get dragged into this kind of stuff like you guys.
Yeah, no, we had some coffee from Steve. He's very friendly. He let us, you know, see what was in your locker.
Oh, well, I don't know
Helped
about
with us
that,
finding
but
you. But
a little too friendly.
It was important.
I guess it all worked out
everyone was
okay.
concerned. Everyone was concerned.
We all liked Steve a lot.
Yep. So yeah, we didn't tell him anything other
Well,
than
that's
we
good.
were worried about you. But it,
I know you haven't been one for very long, but is there anything that like definitely easily kills you?
Yeah, we take extra damage for being stabbed for some reason. It seems like a total crock of shit. Why would that be?
Very strange.
Although I know, although on the upside, when we about an hour, that's all it takes, and we heal all of our wounds. That's pretty nice.
oh, that's good.
So you're immortal then?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
you're not.
Well, you can only die once, right?
Um,
At least the natural way.
I certainly hope so. She kind of laughs nervously.
All right, guys. So what do you want to do?
I'm a little bit worried about the finger thing. So I guess should we leave that with them then, and then we all go? Is that the best plan?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. As much as I'd like to believe in our willpower checks, it probably wouldn't be good if the finger fell back into the vampire's hands.
Because we know they'd definitely just use it to exterminate all of them, and then they'd be stronger, and then that's the last thing we need. I would love to be able to promise you that I'm going to stay awake, but I might not. I'm hoping that I don't become a liability to you, and that is a concern of mine right now.
But your sleeping problem, she goes, you can say you want to become one of them to fix it.
Sure, but if shit hits the fan, I'm worried I could become a liability, and then in that case, um, just leave me behind if necessary. Don't feel bad about that.
Oh, hey. So if we wanted you to give us like a command or something, could we let you do it?
I suppose we could try. Why? What are you thinking?
I was wondering if you could, tell Trevor that he has to stay awake all night, and maybe his brain would accept it if he was, willing to be commanded that way.
Um, I don't know anything about narcolepsy. Does it work that way?
I have no idea. Honestly, there's a lot that, medicine still doesn't understand about how it works. That's why we can't cure it yet.
I'm like picturing like maybe one of his eyes are wide awake and one of his sleeping as his body just kind of convulses. I don't know if this is a good idea.
Oh, well, there is that.
I mean, you're the nurse. If you say it's good, it's good, but I don't know.
I
Oh,
have no idea how it would actually work if his body was trying to fight against it, but I don't know. It
uh,
might give him an edge.
It would be horrifying if the intersection between mind control and narcolepsy is seizures.
Oh no. I'm just understanding that, he's picturing,
Oh, can you two roll
he
intelligence? No, that would be the. I guess all of you can roll intelligence. In fact,
yeah.
I will.
thinking about this.
Hey, cool. I got a 19 under 50, so that's a hard.
Well, Trevor, you would be fearful of your dreams. How would that interact with those?
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm definitely mindful of that. Um, yeah, I'm not sure I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm unsure if it would put me in almost like a sleep paralysis. I can sometimes be awake, and my horrifying dreams feel as real as this. Um, and it's only when I really wake up that I know that there's a difference.
Well, that's fair. That sounds horrible. I wouldn't
Um,
want to put you on that road.
yeah, I just don't know how it'll interact with like psychic powers. So maybe not.
Yeah, guys, we want to see you two get all three of you get out of here alive. I don't think this is a good idea. There's too many unknown factors.
I feel like we're pretty unprepared for what we're gonna do, but I mean, what choice do we have?
I mean, I wouldn't think any less of you if you guys walked away.
Well, I feel like Erin and Myles are probably as invested as I am, which is contrary to any sane person's logic, 100%.
Mm.
Yep, you only die once, so
I think it's time that we figure out what it is that we're going to do. Clock's ticking, and they're not going to come with us. So
Maybe it would be good if she attacked. Just thinking about it.
yeah, I was thinking like this is going off the assumption like okay, the ghouls attack, right? And that would probably give us time to find this quote unquote lock that they have. Uh,
And then the vampires would be distracted dealing with the attack. We could maybe find the key easier.
yeah. I mean, might be kind of like there might be other problems with that, like, oh well, Kathy has the lock on her, or uh Lazarus Black has the key on him personally, so it's like we'd have to deal with them directly, but might be kind of like a high risk, high reward kind of situation.
It definitely complicates matters, but
you're saying we give her the finger and then see if she just wages the war immediately.
yeah, I'm just saying that if she did, it might actually be to our benefit
Right.
trying to find these items, but I don't know for sure. Again,
Do it on purpose. I mean, sorry. What was the thing about the controlling the ghouls? Did she have a spell for that too, or
no, she thinks that if she just riles them up enough, maybe they can attack with them. It sounded like.
I mean, so many of the ghouls are gonna die in this attack that you might as well just kill them with the key in the lock, anyways.
You don't think that maybe Kathy could just take her people out of the city?
I think the power is in this ground. That's what we read in the library. I don't think we'll be safe anywhere when you if that works, if we do that ritual.
What about this alternate world? Trevor, this world you dream.
yeah,
You think it's real, right? You thought you saw us there maybe at some point.
yeah. I think it definitely exists. Um, Obviously, not like a place you can go to here, but I think that there's a version of things, there's an understanding of this existence that is those dreams. Yeah. Like for example, like
Oh,
most of us as humans, our whole perspective is that we're like the center of the universe. Like that's our perspective. I think that there is a perspective somewhere where those dreams are the same as what you would call reality. Yeah.
I'm just thinking because you saw ghouls there of some stripe, but maybe they lived there too. Maybe if we did it while they were all asleep. I don't know. I'm just trying not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
But
Um,
none of it is germane unless we actually have the items anyway. So we've got to find them.
yeah. So I'm assuming nothing, the feral ghouls, nothing communicates with them, right? They don't understand language. They're not,
No.
they're not motivated by food or,
Well, they're very motivated by food. In fact, that's the only motivation they have left.
ah, okay. And so I'm assuming that if we hit them, like I assume they're gonna like that spell maybe doesn't isn't strong enough to keep them from like attacking us back. I'm assuming.
We don't know how the spell works.
Kathy warded us. It probably makes them think that we're like Ratha here. So
Because
they don't
I'm kind of
attack.
wondering I'm kind of wondering if you just like hurt them, like will they just like be like act like a beehive, and that might be enough to get the vampires to come out, and then it's game on.
But if those ghouls, they carry diseases. If they flail around and scratch you, you might catch one.
Mm.
This is very dangerous, even if they can't directly harm you.
Ah, good point.
It's possible they run you over by accident, just the sheer amount of them. I don't know. This is another dangerous plan, which I guess is all we have. I would say your best bet is that we think your best bet is to just try to go talk to them. I don't know. See if you can steal the key out from under them somehow.
What if they just like kill us? That's what
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering because I don't know what their vampire like initiation thing is like do I have to like wait till the next one of their shows and then go up on stage? You know, like how long is that?
Well, they pretty much just take you and turn you if they wish, or kill you.
So the part that's not connecting for me is how do I go in there and then have that be a ruse without actually just following through with that like right away? And then we're vampires, and that's not what we're after. We don't want to make them stronger.
Hmm. I don't
Yes, and
know.
then our motivations might be compromised. Just saying.
So like what like is there a version of like talking to them that like would sort of guarantee that maybe well not guarantee but I mean that might make them want to wait to turn us?
Um,
Do they need human allies?
Possibly. I agree that it's dangerous, but if Kathy attacks, the ghouls are going to be so reduced in number that it might as well just kill them off all off to begin with anyways. But it's all up to you guys. You have convinced us that you're worthwhile. What's the plan? What are we doing?
I guess one last question, and Bernie, maybe you do know, maybe you don't. You know, the mausoleum we figured was the entrance to the vampire lair, but we found this portal over at Blackheart Dawn's training place. Does that just lead to the same place?
Yes, it leads into the mausoleum.
Okay, okay.
That's why this the picture. The picture X is the gate, the portal, the whatever.
Okay, so it's just to the entrance anyway. It doesn't,
Oh,
put you straight into the heart of the place.
yeah, it gets you past that annoying gate though. And
Oh
Jimmy,
yeah, Jimmy.
yeah, Jimmy.
Are you aware of any other gates the vampires have made?
No, I'm definitely not aware of that.
Okay. Hmm.
Did you leave them on bad terms? Did you actually say like, "Oh, screw you, I'm leaving"?
We didn't say anything. We just left and hid here.
All right, because Donabella did not. She pretended she didn't know you when we asked after you.
Oh, Donna. She wasn't that bad of a person.
I don't know. She seemed pretty mean to me.
Well, I mean, it's the stage act, right? You gotta. As far as the rest of them go, she's not too bad.
I'll take your word for it.
Privately thinks poor Bernie actually thought they were friends for a minute. All right, let's go. Let's go confront some vampires. I think we need to do something.
Trying our best not to get turned while also somehow obtaining the key is
Yep.
what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
All
Because
right,
that's going to be the hard part, and if we can't do that, the whole plan's moved anyway. What is
All right.
that? Eat the frog. You know, the whole if you have to do one really hard thing in your day, do that first.
Let's eat that frog.
Are we 100% sure that their catacomb thing leads into the ghoul tunnel?
That there's a direct connection between the two.
Yeah, like, are we like 100% sure?
I mean, we haven't been that way. We could try to go through.
I'm just thinking that if we try to tell them, hey, we're just fans, they're not going to believe that if we came from the ghoul tunnel. So maybe we should go on the other side, and then if things go sideways, we can try to flee. And if we flee into the ghoul area, that will hopefully stop them. And then we'll be protected still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
I guess we'll just say we're fans of Blackheart Dawn then. Or is that dumb?
I mean,
No, that's exactly what we were planning, I think.
I'm wearing a Blackheart Dawn t-shirt as we speak, so.
Oh, that's right.
That's awesome.
Completely forgot about that.
As he draws attention to it, you see the t-shirt that says Filthmonger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have their CD in my bag and everything. But we have 2 roses. You can carry one, Trevor.
Cool. Does the rose mean anything? Does that mean like I've already met one of them or something? I wasn't.
Oh, they were just they were selling them at the concert.
Oh,
They're like little 3D printed plastic roses.
cool. All right. I guess I'll just say I've recently discovered them then from Bernie's page. They'll like that, right? That's cool. I probably shouldn't do that much talking.
Okay, so you all squeeze back out the little tunnel. You are back out into the where you came from, and now what are you doing now?
Do
I
we
guess-
want to find the underground way in hopes that we won't be disoriented should we have to do that? Or do we just go back out and, go to the mausoleum?
It might be good to get an idea of where, like, the path, just so that we're not like running for our lives.
Right? This might give us an idea of, how well the spell works against barrels.
True. We haven't even tested that yet.
Yes, it would be better to know that beforehand rather than in the heat of a moment where it's very important. Because this way, if we come from this side, at least we know we can retreat back to somewhere safer. It doesn't seem to be working.
All right, let's go deeper then. I'll
Mhm.
start heading deeper in.
There's from where you're standing, there's a tunnel that goes west and a tunnel that goes south. And of course you can go back east towards the ghoul place.
Well, I guess we should go west then.
All right. Trevor starts walking west. Does everyone start following him?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll follow.
Yeah, Erin tries to get some orientation as to
Mhm.
what direction we're even going. And it's just like, okay, well that's opposite of where the ghouls are. So yeah, let's go.
Yep, you feel you're walking roughly westward into the tunnel is it's almost straight. It does go down a little bit, and then you reach another opening that goes to the north, and then you see the tunnel continues on to the south, leaving you 2 options. Tunnels all look roughly the same, just all, stone walls and dirt floors, 8 foot roughly ceiling.
I think we should go north.
Yeah, I think that feels right too.
You walk through the another similar tunnel that looks almost exactly like what you've been walking through, and then you come into like a maybe it was once a vault, but there are faded hieroglyphs and other symbols are daubed all over the walls. You see there are 4 stone slabs, and 2 of them appear to have been smashed by this part of the ceiling that collapsed on it.
You say Egyptian. Is that like a really pervasive theme, or does it seem like a modern person's like decor?
They're hieroglyphs. They're pretty faded. It looks like they've been there for a long time as well. And as you were looking around, Trevor, you see there's the skeleton of a man. He was wearing some kind of pharaoh's costume and it's moldering.
Remnants of a man, huh? Is he like seated or laying down or
He is on his back. Yeah. He fell backwards and he's laying there. He's a skeleton, so it's not like any forensics you can do, like just with your eyes.
all right. Well, I guess I'll just kind of stop at the entrance to that because I didn't know mummies were also a faction, so I was just kind of waiting for Miles and Erin to sort of take a look.
Well, I'm not an anthropologist, but that's interesting. But why is it dressed like that? This is not an Egyptian tomb. That much I know.
How do you know?
Because we're not in Egypt.
But what if we were?
Oh, don't hurt my head like that.
Like we got teleported to Egypt.
Oh dear. Maybe we are in the dreamlands already.
You said you can go through a poster into a cemetery, so why not?
I mean, that's fair. Put it that way. Can I do like a medicine on the skeleton to see if like bones are broken or if like something fell on him or anything?
Yeah, I love medicine.
Okay. Just see if I can determine like a basic cause of death that's obvious like that. I failed.
No, maybe it's been a long day. You've been up a long time.
I have.
Those naps can only do so much, and you're not quite sure.
No, I can't tell what the cause of death was here, but he's obviously been dead a long time. He's just a skeleton, so
Miles, are you in the room with them? Did you go in?
Yeah, I'll go in. Um, I guess I'm just sort of perplexed by
Hmm.
the sort of we just keep getting like these Egyptian connections, and I maybe take out the 2 dolls that we have, the Olivia Reed doll and then
Hmm.
the Black Pharaoh doll, and just sort of see if there's any similarities or like in the symbols or anything.
As you pull the doll out, Miles, you feel incredibly cold.
Uh-oh.
And you hear in a woman's voice, and it says, Putnam, I'm glad he's dead. Kick him a few times for me.
I without explanation, I go and kick the skeleton.
Yep, just it falls
what?
apart as Miles slams his foot into it multiple times.
What?
The hell are you doing?
Miles.
I don't know why, but trust me, he deserves it.
Okay.
And I guess does Putnam mean anything to you guys?
Putnam?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why was that his name?
I don't know. I took out this doll and I got really cold and I heard the word Putnam and I got the strongest urge to kick this skeleton.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
So you said 2 had been smashed, are there 2 that are closed?
There were stone slabs that someone could lay on top of.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like
Yeah.
sarcophagus eyelids.
No, and 2 of them were smashed by this, the ceiling collapsing a bit.
Hmm.
Weird. So I guess I'm just gonna spot hidden around here because I can't let go of the fact that this guy is like in an Egyptian thing, but we're like in the middle of Edinburgh. So I'm like, no, like
Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna spot him.
that's not a thing. I got a 13 and my spot hidden is 60, so I have a hard success.
Yeah, Trevor, as you're trying to ponder this, it looks like you connect the ceiling collapsing. There was clearly some other tunnel that led somewhere else here that is now like buried under many years of dirt and rubble to the point where you can't even see it anymore.
Hmm.
And as you, with your hard success, you saw something else. You saw the shine of eyes somewhere in the room.
Oh, nice. I freeze and scan back and forth. Is it like cat eyes or is it like worse?
They were the eyes of a woman.
As I, Erin, Myles, I think somebody's in here. We're not here to hurt you.
As you say that, something you feel something in the air. You're not quite sure what you're looking at, and then you realize it is mist and it's moving towards you. And as you say, I'm not going to hurt you, it stops right in front of you and it turns into the form of a woman. It's incredibly pale. Can I get a sanity roll from just you, Trevor? The other two have already seen this recently.
Oh, you guys just been hanging out with ghost women. All
Oh,
I wouldn't say hanging out.
right.
oh, thank goodness. It's just a mist person.
I got a 29, which is thankfully, mercifully a success.
Okay, you take no damage from this, and the skin is much paler than the last time you guys saw her, but this is clearly uh Donabella.
Oh, hello. We've been looking for you.
Oh, have you now?
Yes, hi.
I've been looking for Bernie, and I'm pretty sure she's down here somewhere.
Well, yes, that's kind of how we got all into this too. We were looking for her as well.
Interesting. You did ask me about her in the concert.
Yeah, why did you pretend like you didn't know her?
Well, I mean, I am a vampire, and she laughs.
Oh, well, that doesn't bother
Can't give you
us.
all our secrets. I'm actually very fond of Bernie. I don't want to see any harm come to her. I was hoping I'd find her on my own and, I don't know, figure something out. Although I do have an idea, but
Oh,
are you three trustworthy?
well, if it's to help Bernie, we are.
Oh, very well. She pulls out a paper from her pocket and she hands this to Erin. This is one half of a ritual that I believe would solve our problem. I need the other half, however. I believe it might be in that library that's down here, but I'm not entirely sure, and I don't feel like facing the feral ghouls.
The other half of this, like a paper with a ritual on it.
Yes.
Erin starts reading the ritual aloud. The ritual of union. I assume this means ghoul. I wish thine heart for mine own, vampire, and thine in place of what once beat inside mine breast. And then off. Is that both? If God in his heaven doth listen, let him protest or remain silent. Do all ye bear witness to this event, grant their assent. With the power invested in me from below, I declare thee to joined in union until you shall return to the godless dirt from which you were sired. It's like a marriage.
Oh, so like off is officiate, probably.
Ah, yes. There you go.
Yes, well, what do you think?
I mean, sounds nice. Is there, are you trying to marry Bernie?
Well, it needs a witness of a vampire and a ghoul must witness another vampire and a ghoul, and peace will come upon among us all, and we will stop this silly war.
Oh, really? And where does it say that?
Well, I didn't find the rest. That's why I'm a little unsure.
I mean, that would be great if it works, but I don't know. You know, we've met a goal. I think maybe you were there. I don't know if it was you or if it was another one of your kind. There were some ghost hunters we were hanging around with, trying to find Bernie up in the graveyard.
Did she have red hair, perhaps?
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh yeah, that was Lisa. I think you might have read the concert actually.
Oh, was that the wee gal at the table? She was so friendly, and then she was
Yeah.
like trying to murder the ghost hunter. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that wheelchair is such a good disguise, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, Black uses her as an assassin quite often. He wanted to get rid of the ghost hunter girls. He thought that she had some kind of power to see us or something.
Oh, gotcha.
It was just a
Well,
precaution, you understand.
you can tell him if you see him again that she doesn't have any real powers. You can just leave her alone. She's just a silly girl.
Well,
She likes the band.
so you're saying she's still alive?
I think so.
Oh,
If she is, she's not a threat.
well, that's not
Probably scared stiffless now.
I don't know. Well, anyways, if you find the second half of that, we can conduct this ritual. There shall be peace. Of course, we're going to need to find the two. I have yet to find them myself, but I'm sure if I keep at it.
Well, they must be wily ones.
I, of course, will be the vampire witness. I don't know who will be the ghoul.
Indeed. Well, like I said, we'd have to have some convincing evidence, I think, because, like I said, we met a ghoul over there.
So you've
And
spoken to them.
we spoke to one of them. He had some bad things to say about your leader, so that's why I'm skeptical.
Well, Black does come on strong, but he's just trying to be, he's a leader. It's not, it's not a paradise down here.
Got it, got it. All right.
I suppose we could, it'd be dangerous. We could grab one of the feral ghouls and force it to watch. I don't know if that's,
Would that work?
it, as far as I understand, it just says the ghoul. It doesn't say what kind of ghoul it has to be. The ghoul is a ghoul, right?
I don't know. Do they still, think, have minds?
Well, they think enough to eat.
Well,
Although we are playing with magic here, I don't know. But just, that's all I got. Certainly better than a war.
definitely. But,
The other two have been quiet. What do you think?
No, it's definitely interesting. I guess. So why is there even a war to begin with then, if you guys are just interested in, if you're fine just having this union?
Well, Lazarus Black is not fine with this union.
Uh-huh. So
He
this would just
finds
kind of like force it.
this would just make us peaceful towards one another, as far as I understand. Otherwise, Black is gonna wipe them all out, and then, well, the tunnels will be his, and who knows what he's gonna do after that.
Hmm. Interesting.
Maybe he'll kill all of you.
well, as Trevor said before, there are worse things, I suppose.
You can always go to him. I can vouch for you. Maybe he can turn you.
Were you offered that?
Yeah,
Okay, so you chose freely.
I did choose freely, yes.
Oh, that's good. I was a little concerned about the concert goer. Did they just eat him, or did he actually become one of you? Because I wasn't sure.
He's fine.
Okay.
Psychology roll.
Go for it.
Like, do I believe it? There was like a question mark at the end of that. Okay, let me see here. What's my psychology?
I failed.
All right. Well, it's unsettling. You don't know what to think.
Extreme success.
She's lying her ass off. He's dead. In fact, you probably caught her off guard. She's not used to hiding herself down here.
Right.
You got a lot of extreme successes today.
I know, like, what's with that? Really like, you fed everything. Oh, so you ate him. All right, that's fine.
Well, whatever. Do you want to find the other half of the spell? Think of it easier for wait, how you got down here in the ghoul side? Why didn't the ghouls do anything to you?
I don't know.
Hmm. So they just said, "Hey, good day, everyone. Come into our tunnels."
Surprisingly, yes.
Okay.
I mean, like, we are just humans still right now, so.
Yeah, humans are food,
Well, dead
theoretically.
humans are food.
Well, there's a difference between the feral ones and the not feral ones, right?
Yeah, I suppose the far ones wouldn't care if you were alive or dead. Or undead, as it were.
Speaking of, we haven't run into any of the feral ones yet, so.
Well, you're lucky you haven't. You wouldn't be talking to me if you did.
Right. Where should we avoid so as not to, run straight into them?
Well, this is that weird old vault that I don't know what's up about, but we're in the north part of the tunnel. They're in the center. They're pretty much in between us, the vampires and the ghouls.
Hmm. And so, did you just walk down here, or do you like phase through things when you're all misty?
Well, I can't quite phase through the walls, but I can stealthily get by as I need to.
Gotcha. I just wondered, because like if you guys could just go through walls and stuff, that would be really cool.
Wow, we could just grab you guys anytime if we could do that. That's amazing.
I know.
You wouldn't stand
Oh,
any
but
chance.
we'd still be solid, so you couldn't take us anywhere, right?
Well, I don't know. This is your theoretical, not mine.
All right, so where do you think that the other half of this spill would be?
If you go south, you will eventually come across the library to search.
Oh, an underground library?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that sounds fascinating. What do you think, guys? Should we go take a look at the library?
I I'm gonna say yes. I'm for this library.
Right. Uh, do we have to walk into the midst of all of your kin to find you again, or?
Um, I suppose I can wait here for an hour or two. But
All
then,
right.
yes, eventually I'd have to go back to avoid suspicion.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right.
Can you go through a keyhole?
Isn't
Oh,
that's the novel, Dracula? I read that.
that's a good question.
No, we can't go under doors. Well, I guess I can in the mist form, yeah. Guys are giving me
Yeah,
all kinds
that's.
of ideas.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Did you fall asleep or something, sir?
I frequently do. I
Yeah.
have a series of sleep disorders.
Hmm.
What I what the one thing I'm confused about is how how do we all know each other here?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you weren't there. So we were at the concert. This is Donabella. She sings for Blackheart Dawn.
Hmm. My love is like a red, red rose. I'm sure you've heard the song.
I have, and I'm a recent fan. Um, I have to say, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to see the performance yet. So I guess consider me retroactively starstruck.
Oh, well. If you ever want that sleep problem looked at, we got something for you.
I'm sorry.
We could fix your sleep problem.
Have you done that before?
No, never met anyone with narcolepsy before.
That is one of the sleep disorders I have. Is a fair guess. Um,
Well, I don't know any other. I'm sorry.
modern medicine hasn't been able to help me, and I'm pretty sure voodoo can't either.
Oh, well, you tried modern science. You haven't tried voodoo.
So, like, are you cool with ghouls? I'm trying to figure out like what's your angle. Are you like
Well, I mean, I don't mind them. I mean, I've imagined one day we'll move away from this graveyard. Personally, I think it's all silly why we've been doing this, but I'm not in charge.
And so we think we have like a union spell that like makes everybody cool with each other. I'm just trying to figure out where we're at with that.
Well, that's why I need you guys to find the other half.
Um, Erin Myles, is that where the library comes in?
Unless you guys have another
Yes.
plan I'm not aware of.
I don't have any plans. Like I said, I'm still catching up with what's going on here. Um,
Yeah, he's been asleep for a day. He missed your concert because of that.
Trevor, she looks at you and says, tell me if you have any other plans. Roll your power.
nice. I love being mind controlled. Fortunately, I got a 35, which is a regular success for me.
Okay, she has also a normal success. So she has 60 power. What do you have?
My power is 65.
Okay, you went on the higher value. Yep, it doesn't work again.
At this point, I'm just starting to feel like we're just immune to the vampire mind
You would
control.
probably be feeling pretty confident this keeps failing.
Right. I
Yeah,
I love that Miles will just assume that now.
Well,
yeah.
darn, you are no fun.
Uh, so you think maybe that the second half of the spell will say what the effects are supposed to be for sure? And that we will know.
Well, I'm pretty sure it just puts us in peace and we don't harm each other anymore.
That would be good. And we'd need a ghoul witness. All
Yes.
right. Um, well, I suppose we can cross that bridge after we see what the other half of the spell says. Hopefully it's where you think it is.
Oh,
Doesn't
I'm
hurt
sure.
to look, right? Oh, why can't you go? Is it just because you'd be potentially attacked by ghouls? Is it in their territory more?
Well, Black caught me in there as well. I don't want to get caught again. And yes, there's
Oh,
always ghouls that wander where they're not supposed to be out of the center. It's better you all take the rest of me, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Hey, you're the one that poked your nose at this. That's just your fault. You could have just
well,
went and played that violin. You didn't have to get involved.
good to know that there might be some risk. All right.
You're in a cave full of vampires and ghouls. There's nothing but risk. I mean, I could kill you all right now if I wanted to.
All right. Let's not make jokes that we don't mean.
Yeah, Aaron, you're your psychology, so she's not making a joke.
It's better that we all stay friendly. All right, let's go.
Yeah, we'll take that as our cue.
Ta-ta for now. Okay, you guys make your way out of the vault.
Once
Hmm.
once Belladonna's out of earshot, I was thinking, she's talking about this second half of the ritual. She obviously doesn't know what the rest of the ritual entails. I wonder, it's not like I couldn't do it because I can't. I'm not a very persuasive person, but I wonder if we can convince her or trick her that like, oh, we need the key from the vampires or something like that. Or if that's a little too far-fetched.
Oh, we could do a forgery.
Just kind of get all I don't know. I don't know if that's crazy though.
Yeah, that no, it's a thought. It's a thought. But this is new information, and the biggest thing was I wanted to get us away from her so we could actually talk about it for real.
Yeah.
So why didn't she kill us?
Because she likes Bernie and she knows we were looking for her.
And there's a
So,
good chance she might try to kill us later.
Oh, she
Anyway.
definitely was totally all right with killing us, by the way, Miles.
So
is she like, yeah, I don't know. Is it like a Little Mermaid scenario where she's like in love with human society and likes to journey up there for rock concerts? Is that what's going on here?
Donabella? No, I think that she just genuinely kind of liked Bernie and would like to have her back. She
Okay,
probably knows Bernie is in love with that fella.
so she thinks we can help her with that then.
Right. We're useful pawns. That's what I get a sense of from her. I don't much like the idea that Lazarus Black is keeping an eye on this library, but
Well, that's neither here nor there. Let's find the theme, see what it does.
Okay. Everybody makes this way down towards the south. As you walk maybe about midway through the tunnel, you do see towards the west there's another tunnel, but you're told not to go that way. So unless you want to go that way, continue south.
Yeah, we'll continue south.
Okay. Go through the tunnel. Eventually you go there's no door, it's wide open. There is a library down here. There's just a ton of old bookcases with old books on them. It's not in very good condition. Some of them are on the floor. Some of the pages look like they've been ripped out. There is no real lighting in here, but you do have your torches, I guess. I haven't really been mentioning. That's all right. And so you wave your torches around. Yeah, you're gonna need a library use if you want to look through all those. Which I think
I'm a nerd. Here's where
surprisingly
I
that's the
come
first
in.
library use in a call to the game. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I got a 52 under 60. Let's go.
All right. And the other two?
I failed.
Okay.
I got a 41 under 44.
Okay.
Erin's so afraid of lighting the books on fire that he can't actually read anything. That says what? I don't know.
Yep. And there's Trevor and Myles. Do you come across some kind of old book that looks maybe just kind of looked important to you? And it doesn't really have any title on the front, but as you open it, it does say it's a treatise by Major Thomas Weir, self-proclaimed warlock. And he even mentions himself that he lived in Victoria Street in the 1700s. And as you read through this, I know which one he wants to read. If you're reading together, that's fine, but the first part I'll do. And in this book, as you two comb through it, Weir confirms the existence of black-hearted fiends who dwell in the tunnels connecting the city's graveyards. The treatise includes a reference to an incantation known as the Ritual of Union, a perverse marriage ceremony of sorts that represents the union of flesh eater and blood drinker, which, when conducted, will bring peace to the subterranean threats beneath the city. Weir goes on to comment that the incantation seems like it's genuine, but he's decided not to use it because the fiend sued his own necromantic means. And yes, there is a handout with the other side of it.
I'll go ahead and read it. It says, on the matter of union, the black-hearted fiends must be willing and sound of mind. When the time is right, one must face the other and recite the ritual. The officiant must call God for a sign as to why the two should not be joined. Once no signee be received, the officiant must seek the blessing of each witness present. Only when both have uttered their affirmation may the officiant proceed. The flesh eater and blood drinker must join hands and raise them to the level of their breasts where no hearts do dwell. Then the officiant may make the pronouncement, and then by grace of all that is unholy, will they be joined in union until the day of their eternal damnation.
And now the ritual is in your hands.
Okay, so I mean, like, this is, I don't know what I was expecting. Part of me was kind of like, they'll become 10 times more powerful and crave
So I guess we have a choice then, eh? This fella seems to think that it would bring peace.
Yeah, I guess it's how do we feel about, I know a little while ago we were kind of talking about like for humans, it wouldn't necessarily be bad if there weren't any ghouls and vampires in the city, but I don't know how we're feeling.
So the officiant can't be a witness, right? So we're going to need 2 people. Like, can we be the witnesses?
Well, there's
No,
gotta be. Sorry, go ahead.
It seemed like the witnesses must be from each side. They need 2 witnesses.
So we have a problem. We need another vampire then.
Well, Belladonna said she'll cover the vampire witness. It's just we'd have to find a ghoul who's willing to be a witness.
Right.
I'm under the impression that well, actually, hold on a second. It says they have to confirm it can't be a feral one.
Right, because they'd have to speak. They have to utter an affirmation.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say anything about the officiant needing to be, you know, of
Yeah.
of one of those things. So maybe anyone could be the officiant. You just have to read the spell ritual. I don't know the difference.
Do you think it requires existing magical ability?
That wouldn't be a bad assumption, I don't think.
Because the only person I know who's cast a spell anytime recently is Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the vampire mind control thing counts, right?
That's a good question. It probably does, but it's not learned, so there may be a difference there.
Okay, so we know who our two people are. We supposedly have Belladonna on our side. She says she has a vampire that she can tap for this. It doesn't sound like we have any ghoul participants unless that guy that you guys knew who led us, unless he's cool.
Well, he didn't act like he even knew Bernie.
Well, he doesn't have to, right, to be a witness.
No, I don't suppose so.
I'm just trying to figure out if one of us needs to make a sacrifice and become one of these things, or if we can, like get it done. I feel like the less people who know about this, the better it's going to be. Um, I hate to say it, but I don't really trust. I don't really trust Kathy at all. I don't trust any vampires. That said, I've met one, so.
Well, I guess technically we've met two. Barney is one too.
Oh, that's right.
Now, well, she still thinks more like a regular person. She didn't look at us like she wanted to eat us. Not like that lady.
Yeah, there was definitely a difference in that.
Well, really, the best overall plan was their plan, but best only insofar as outcome, right? In terms of saving the most amount of people. Because if we just, create peace, the vampires are going to keep doing what they do and even more so.
That's true, yeah.
That's my only concern. But if we try to do this thing, we're likely to die trying, the lock and the key and all of that. Whereas we could potentially just do this and, and kick the can down the road, I suppose.
Hey, you know what? I'm all for going for the lock and key route. Miles with his newfound sense of that we're like chosen ones that can't be touched by the vampires, is like, we were put here for a reason, and maybe that reason is to wipe out all vampires and ghouls in a single night.
Trevor, what do you think?
Do you think the key strategy will work? She clearly can't ask for it, but if the guy's got it and it's not on him, maybe she could steal it.
Yeah, because we can tell her, hey, we need this key and meet us. And we can get things like work because we know that like Bernie and Rafe want that, like they're up for this whole like wiping out all the ghouls and vampires, right? So if we give them a heads up and say, hey, like Belladonna's going to be here, we'll somehow convince her to get us the key. And then maybe we can find a ghoul who something similar with either the lock or we can get the lock ourselves. And at that point, at least then we only have to take care of maybe Belladonna and the ghoul.
There's a problem with lying to her. There's also a problem with her being so stealthy.
Yeah, she could just tell me to tell the truth, and then I might.
Maybe she
Although
won't.
I've yet to see it work, but I mean, you said it was real, so I trust you.
Anyway, I don't want to dictate with my overinflated sense of confidence. So if you guys want to go a different route, that's also fine too.
It all seems crazy, and I think no matter what we do, it's going to be a big risk. It just comes down to, if we do this ritual, what if they just become a united force, and then I don't know. What if they work together to terrorize people? I don't know what that means to unionize them.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to go talk to her at all and not just go run across the city and try and get the key right now, we need to maybe send two of us back to her, and someone has to warn / see if they're interested. Bernie and Wrath.
Sure, they would have to be willing participants. So I guess that's step one, right?
Right, but we don't want to lead her to them. That's a concern of mine.
Yeah, for sure.
So we need to know that she's occupied when we do that.
Okay. Well, I would say maybe the two that go to her should probably be the most mentally sound.
Who's that?
I'm definitely the sanest one here.
I think Trevor's a good candidate.
So Myles, do you want to go back and tell them?
Yes, I will go back and tell them.
Myles, take these papers. I give him the spell.
All right, I'll be safe, you guys. And
You're very into reading, right, Myles?
I mean, I read, I dabble.
You love these books, don't you, Myles?
And Myles does like an over-exaggerated wink.
Gotta get all that interesting knowledge, right?
Yes.
All right, Trevor, let's go.
Do you think there's any chance that she would trade the finger for the lock? Do you think she knows what that lock is?
Kathy? Oh,
Yeah.
there's a chance she might. She
If she
clearly knows a lot.
If she bothered to hide it, I guess that kind of means that she does know, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't have hid it.
I don't recall seeing one just lying around. That's for sure. Of course, I don't know how much ghouls like shiny, so
Yeah.
she might have, put it away just so somebody doesn't walk off with it, thinking, "Oh, pretty bauble."
Huh. I just don't know how we. I don't know how we complete that plan unless we give her the finger and hope that she runs off and starts a war, and then we can look in her absence. I don't know. We have to get the key.
She might. Well, I don't. If I'm still in earshot, she might be
Yeah,
amicable.
no, we haven't left.
Okay. She might be amicable, right? Because what does Kathy want? She just wants an end to the war, right? And from her perspective, that means winning the war. But even if they were on the winning, so my point is like, hey, there's this third option of doing this union that maybe. Wait, I'm talking about something else. Never mind.
We could tell her. Maybe she'd support it. I don't know, though.
I don't know. I mean, we could do like a switcheroo with like, if she's interested, we could try and do the same thing like what we're doing with Belladonna, where we're like, hey, like, but it's weird. This ritual requires a lock. Do you know what that means? It's like, oh, give us a lock then, you know?
Mhm.
That could work.
But this could go south very, very quickly. So we'll just have to play it by ear.
Okay, so me and Erin are going to talk to Donabella again.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm going to Rafe and
Okay.
Bernie just to kind of like fill them in on the plan. And on my way over there, I still have the Olivia Reed doll, and I ask her to watch over us to protect us.
Yeah, you don't feel that coldness or any answer.
I know her silence means that she's listening. So
All right, which team wants to go first?
let's do the Belladonna one first.
All right. Belladonna, or Donabella is shooter, where she's standing in the center. She's like playing with her fingernails, looking very impatient. She looks up. Ah, did you get it?
Oh, yes, we think we might have found it. Miles was like really deep in a text, so uh he's still, you know, he loves his books.
Oh, it's not wise to be alone here, but okay.
You don't think Lazarus Black will come and eat him, do you?
Well, maybe.
Oh, I don't like that. Didn't
Nah,
think about it.
you're probably okay.
All right. Well, so the problem is we don't know any of the ghouls really personally. So we're gonna have to find a ghoul who's okay with it. Um, is there, and plus we'll have to find them, of course.
Yes, you did skip a step, but that's okay.
Well,
Shouldn't we find him before we get the ghoul? So we need to go show the ghoul where to go.
I was wondering, so we're looking for Bernie anyway. Like that's just like that's what brought us into this whole thing. That's not out of our way, but I mean, I don't know. She was she was in contact with the ghouls, wasn't she, before she disappeared?
Yes, she has a thing for that Rafa Sene creature. I don't approve. That's okay. No one's all
Oh,
perfect.
oh, okay. So now this makes a lot more sense because it said that it was a ghoul and a vampire. Okay, I'm up to speed now. I've got it. All right, so it's Bernie and her ghoul friend, boyfriend.
Yes,
All right,
yes. They are a
okay.
couple.
And so then
Although
it would be you,
don't ask me
and
how
then
that
we.
works. It's kind of gross. And she puts her finger in her mouth. Ugh.
I mean, they do seem a lot more dead than you lot. That is kind of weird. But anyway,
Yes,
um,
she likes her men rotting. What can I say?
to each their own, I suppose.
I
Um,
suppose.
do you know if she had any friends among the ghouls
Well, I think all the
besides
girls.
him?
I mean, they're all friendly towards each other.
Okay. Well, we'll try to go find one then because I figure it probably wouldn't work too good if you showed up to one. Uh,
Like, I could always use my persuasion. I'll never make them do it.
I don't know, would that work? Magic's so weird.
Well, we could just keep trying.
So any old one, if we can just get them to come with us. They didn't seem to want to go the way we were going, but might have just been because it was dangerous. We're like, we're gonna find a friend. Well, don't know. Didn't realize that all the tunnels connected straight through when we came down here.
Yeah, we're all one big unhappy family.
Mm. All right, so we'll try and find a ghoul. Can we just, I don't know, should we plan a time to meet back here? Because you said you couldn't stay indefinitely, right?
That's true. I was kind of hoping to get it over with by now. You guys are taking forever.
Well, you didn't exactly tell us. Look for X book.
Well, I don't know what book it was.
Then how did you find the first part? Was it just lying around up?
Okay, fine. I didn't actually search the library. I stole it from Lazarus Black. Fine.
Oh, so he knows about this, does he?
Well, he must have. He had to have read it.
Do you think that he has a history with Kathy?
No? You mean
Oh,
romantically? Ugh.
yeah.
No way. There's no way.
Wouldn't that be a funny thing? Oh, it's just my fan fiction brain talking. Never mind. All right. Um,
Think you need to
so
put your Wattpad away and find us a ghoul.
all right, all right. Well, I think that'll be the plan. How much longer do you think you can stay here?
Maybe, maybe 30 minutes,
Oh, could you go and come back?
I suppose.
Give us like a couple hours? Put in a good appearance up there or something?
I mean, I'll come back in a couple hours.
All right, it's a lot to do, I'm running around a bunch of tunnels. We don't know anything. We're just humans. I mean, we're
She's,
willing, but there's only so much we can do.
she's already like walking away as you're saying this.
It's hard
So
for
I'm
us
just
to
kind of following her, like just kind of keeping her in sight.
Yeah, and then she goes back towards the south, towards the library was where you went, and she disappears down that tunnel. And we'll move over to Miles, who squeezes through that little hole again. Bernie and Rafa Sene are still there. And they look at you. Where's
So
where's the other two? They didn't get hurt, did they?
no. Everyone's fine.
Okay.
There's a very elaborate plan going on with a lot of twists and turns.
Oh dear. Oh, we need is a lock
But
and a key.
well, okay. So uh we ran into Donabella and she was telling us about this ritual called the Ritual of the Union, and basically it's supposed to be something that would stop the war.
Okay.
Miles has those papers, by the way.
Yeah. And I show them the papers. I'm just like they're in my hand and I'm just kind of like waving them around like, look, see, it's real.
All right. So you want us to do this instead?
Well, okay. So thing number one, you guys want to do this your plan, right? That's in your heart of hearts, that's what you want to do.
Yes, of course. Get rid of
Okay.
everyone. Safe for the most safe one.
I think what we want to do, we're going to try and pull a switcheroo if you're on board, and we're going to pretend like we're going with this ritual of the union, but in reality, try and get the pieces, the key and the lock that we need. Like somehow, I don't know, like make that seem like that's part of the ritual, get them together, and that'll be our way of getting those two pieces.
That sounds very complicated.
No, don't you say that. I don't know. If you're on board, then that's what we're hoping to do. Otherwise, I just want to make sure you're on board. That's all.
I mean, we'll do it, but it sounds dangerous.
Well, I mean, as dangerous as us going into the vampire den.
All right, what do you want to do? We're not leaving this layer, but we'll help you regardless. Any other way?
Stay here. Part of this ritual of the union, though, requires a ghoul that would act as like a witness to this ritual. Do you know any ghoul that, and I'm specifically to Rafe or Rolf, do you know anybody that might be amicable to this idea?
I think they're all pretty much under Kathy's sway. I mean, I had to run away and hide on my own.
Do you think, though, I understand like Kathy wanted to win this war against the vampires, but if this were presented to her as an option, do you think this would be something she'd go for?
I think no. I think Kathy wants war. She wants to get this over with.
Okay. All right, so that'll be the tricky bit, but I don't know. That's all I have to say. Oh, I'm glad you're on board. That's all I have left to say.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
Okay. And I give them a thumbs up, and I guess I try to make my way back to uh Erin and Trevor just to see how they're doing.
Okay. Did you guys just wait there after Bella left? I don't really recall a plan of you guys meeting back up. I think we could just say that and you.
Yeah, I feel like we'd probably like stay in that, corridor leading to that tomb.
Okay, that's where you find them then, Miles, just standing there.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone everyone seemed positive.
All right. Would did they seem, ecstatic? Like they'd
Uh,
rather do that, or
oh, well, they'd rather do, you mean like their ritual or this ritual?
right?
They would prefer to do their ritual.
Oh, all right. Okay. That's that was kind of a point I wasn't sure on.
They seemed pretty, I mean, I feel like
It's interesting.
they seemed more committed to their ritual than to this like union thing.
They're good people. What did they say about finding a ghoul?
That's going to be tough. It doesn't sound like the ghouls are on board with the idea of like even if we were to try to do like a ruse, it doesn't seem like that's going to be well anyone would come willingly.
It doesn't say how long you have to be a ghoul for, right?
It doesn't, just that it needs to be a ghoul.
Do you think there's a fast way of becoming a ghoul? Because it seemed like it was more of a gradual process.
That's kind of what I was thinking. It sounded gradual, so I'm just wondering if you can just start the process and if that counts.
Oh,
Just one of us just starts eating a corpse right now,
If
and
we
that'll
just
count.
start eating dead bodies, the thing is like that. It's like a fast way of doing it, but if it's a bad option, like we're not entirely sure where Belladonna got that. What she said she got it from Lazarus, but I don't know. How does that? Why would he have it? Why wouldn't he want to make this happen?
well, maybe he wants war too. I mean, they're more likely to win, frankly, in a straight up confrontation, right?
But if he used to have a thing with Kathy,
Oh,
then
that was totally just my,
Speculation.
yeah. There was no basis in the reality for that.
but I
But
mean they're both very very old, right? So I mean,
it does sound so, yes.
And it does seem like this ritual was maybe going
it
to be
seems
attempted previously, but
it seems pretty specific to what's going on here. But the reason I'm saying there might be something to it is what are the likelihood that one has a key and the other one has the lock? Like what are the chances of that, right? If they weren't involved in some way previous.
no, that is strange that they're both like in possession of this like these like for like vampires and ghouls like this doomsday item, right?
Right.
And I don't want to assume too much, but I mean, I feel like if it was just a matter of like getting it from them, like the vampires would have just done that already. Like I feel like they have the power to do that. Am I wrong? So I mean, maybe there's some reason why they need to be held the way they're being held. Maybe there's some kind of, I don't know. I'm getting kind of stupid with it now, but I'm thinking like maybe that it's like it's an intrinsic part of their like leadership role.
Or it could just be, the oddness of fate, and that's part of why it just happened to end up in a détente, as it were, for so long, because each side has something they're keeping from the other.
Who made that? Do we know who made that?
We don't. I suppose we could try finding something in this library about the other ritual.
Because I mean, that would like who has the power to do that, right? I don't think either of the ghouls or the vampires would have made it themselves.
That's a good point.
Let's go back to that library. Can we do
Yeah,
that?
let's do it. But I do, I trust Ratha and Bernie as much as I trust anyone down here. I
They were
assume
the-
that they're, sincere in what they found, but it would be good to have the context ourselves.
I'm not saying this is the case, but be funny. It's like, they tricked us, you know?
Yeah, that would be funny. Kills all the humans in the city instead.
All part of our plan.
No, we're in
Like,
charge.
actually, that would be crazy, right? Like they're like actually we lead the armies now. We're like, hey, that didn't help us. Can we go back to the library? Because that would be cool, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, everyone makes their way back to the underground rundown library. You're hoping to find what information on this ritual?
Yeah,
the
the
one
key and the
that
lock.
Bernie and Ratha found.
Okay.
Yeah, I want these items of power. Find out about that.
You can do another library use.
Okay.
I would love to.
I like that we're like in the Undercity, just like going insane. Like coming
Yeah,
up with
we
shit.
Yeah.
totally are. Well, this time I succeeded. Okay.
I got a 44 under 60, so I'm happy with that.
And I got a 19 under 44. So
Okay. You all look around as best you can. This is the only relevant document you find on your search.
the blood of ages has seeped into the earth beneath the city, giving rise to a twofold curse. Those that should not live walk under our feet. Those who should not see daylight break through into our world and ravage it with no care for man or God. There is but one sure way to cleanse the earth of that which has so defiled it. Two who are so cursed, one from each ungodly breed, must take the lock and the key. One, the blood drinker, must hold the lock. The other, the carrion eater, must insert the key. Only when one is turned, only when one is turned in the other will the curse be unlocked. The earth shall be pure once more, and the good folk of the city shall walk the days and nights free of fear. Let he who reads this understand, and by God, may he find the things which can save us. Our Father in heaven, protect us all.
So they're correct. Assuming that any of that is real, of course.
Maybe they knew we would look for this piece of paper.
Ah,
Well,
Really
each
are
side
going
has
insane.
the other part of the thing, right? So that they can't, easily use it. We need to get these things.
All right.
How do you want to do it?
I know it does feel a little like at one point it's just like, okay, we should just strap in, get some knives, and just do a Hail Mary. And at other points it's like, wait a second, maybe we can weasel our way out of this.
I mean, the problem you're coming up against is the only logical choice is just to walk the fuck away from this to go back to your lives.
The
There's no good
second most
answer.
logical choice is to
Yeah.
let them live in peace, for
Yeah.
our own,
Yeah.
well-being. But
What is it? But
The-
there's so many signs pointing
the
to us being
best
the chosen.
outcome, right, for the city as a whole, is the one that's really hard.
I mean, even if they find peace together, they still will. The vampires logically will still kill humans. They will still feed off of them. Some of the ghouls will go rogue and kill humans as well. It's only peace with each other that they're getting. So yeah, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm. So how are you guys feeling?
I think we need to do what's most right, if we can. But I don't know how to get the key. I've got ideas on how to get the lock. They might go south, but
I don't know, they don't feel as immediately dangerous. There are things to try to get the key, but well, it's in a place that's more hostile and that we haven't actually ever been to.
Should we assume that Belladonna has the ability to potentially steal this key?
Oh, maybe.
The thing is, I don't know what they know or not. Something tells me that Kathy knows about this lock, and if I ask for it, it's going to let her know that we know and want to destroy them.
Right.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably going to involve some intense deception.
If we can convince her that we are the best stewards for the lock, perhaps we can let her know that the vampires have come into possession of the finger. Maybe she'll fear for the ghouls enough that we can get a hold of it.
I mean, that works for me. If anyone feels
I don't think she'd go for that.
Mhm.
I mean, we're as liable to be turned into vampires as, it's become one of her kind. I wouldn't trust us with anything in particular.
What?
Well, if I were her,
Yeah.
I mean, I trust us perfectly. That's because I'm one of us.
All right, all right.
I don't know. Let's go talk to a ghoul. Really, Bernie didn't have anything to say about that or Martha?
How so? I mean, like, I feel like if we really push them to do it or something, they'd be up for it if that's what you mean.
Do we need to not tell them what it's for?
Oh, the union ritual? I told them.
No, not those two. I mean, the potential witness.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
I just don't know how to play it. I feel like coming back to that idea of just giving Kathy that finger thing and hoping she runs off and leaves the lock somewhere. We don't know if it just, secreted away or what.
Right. Kathy also might possess a lot of magical power. So I don't know like what she's capable of doing.
I don't want to make her angry.
Can she track the lock?
Oh. Well, I don't suppose anything's
Like,
completely out of the question.
Yeah.
Well, Miles, Donnabelle is going to be back in a couple of hours, so we do have to make a decision.
All right, guys, I'm in the same boat as you. Uh,
The indecision vote, you mean?
the sinking indecision vote. Oh,
Lock
no.
and key or union?
I say lock and key. That's my vote.
All right.
Do or die.
I agree. We should do the lock and key thing. We have the support of people who are willing to actually make the lock and key ritual part happen. And we won't if we do it the other way.
Well,
So
we're
it's
just
it's
lacking
not-
a ghoul witness, but yeah,
it's
you
not.
had
Well,
an idea about that, but
I did, but my understanding is if we do the key and the lock, we still need the ghoul and the vampire who are willing to perform that. We can't do it after. So if we unify them and then decide that we don't like what we've done, we don't have a way to undo it.
probably not. I think it's an either or.
So if we're going lock and key, then I guess we're our priorities are keep Bernie secreted away from everybody, keep them safe, stop going to where they are until we're ready, because we might be leaving tracks going there. And then try to trick Belladonna into getting the key. If she can't, it's no point in us getting the lock then, right? Because we're not going to be able to kill everything down here.
We need to try to get the lock.
So we have to get, I think if we can get the key, then we're halfway there. That way, if we can find the lock or reveal its location, then, like, if we have to take action against Kathy, at least there's a chance that someone could get away and have this ritual performed, because we only need the other two to do that.
Uh-huh.
So I think we should meet with Belladonna, try our key angle, because the only way, if she can't do it or refuses, the only way is we have to now take on two underground factions leaders.
Okay. Yeah, let's...
You're talking about lying to a vampire, though. We're gonna have to lie to him. Oh, no, wait. I think there might be a way that it wouldn't be a lie.
Let's hear it.
We can say we found Bernie and Ratha, which we have,
Mm-hmm.
and that they're willing to do the union, but first Bernie wants this key as a sign it's not a trick.
I mean,
If
that works for
Donabella
me.
brings this key, then she'll believe that she's really on her side. Bernie does want the key, so that's not a lie.
Yeah, I mean,
Can
that works
Bernie
for
make
me.
us forget things?
I don't know. Would you like to try? We'd have to go back to her again, though.
Oh, that's true. I just wanted to avoid that. But I'm thinking we don't have to lie to her if she is able to wipe my memory of the last couple hours. Whatever incriminating stuff. I don't know. I just want to increase our chances of success. I don't know if I have the ability. She seemed ready and willing to use her ability on us. So we have to just pray that we're stronger than her, or we have to believe what we're saying. So if we admit that we found them, I don't know what that means, except for that we're going to have two vampires coming there, and then we're going to have ghouls going there. What if somebody realizes what's happening?
Right. I
I
do
guess
think
that's our best bet.
we need to talk to a ghoul.
To, like, talk to a ghoul first.
Yeah, we need to see if we could even get one to follow us.
That might be a good angle. Let's talk to some ghouls, because we might be able to discern some more information about Kathy's sort of disposition toward this whole thing, and see if she's really see if she'd be open to it, or see if there's something we don't know. I think we should try that first. That's the most gathering information thing that we can do without starting to pull some triggers.
Right. Ratha didn't say anything about Kathy or a ghoul. Myles.
He's pretty sure that all the ghouls are just gonna go with whatever Kathy says, and he's pretty sure that Kathy's just wants to do the war and be done with it.
Oh, okay. All right. So we need to be prepared for that to be the case. Maybe not push too hard, but we could potentially see if we can get one to just kind of follow us back to where they are. Maybe keep them there.
Well, they got to be willing, though. They got to attest. So we want them to be on board.
Right. But if we're not particularly worried about doing the union.
Oh, true enough.
Yeah. With the key thing, I don't like. We already have our willing participants, so
But if we show back up to do the whole thing, you know, and Donabella has a key for us, it's a problem if we don't have a ghoul in tow, I think.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She may not hand it over then.
All right, let's go find ourselves a ghoul.
Let's go talk to some ghouls.
Okay.
All right. We
The
head
party.
back to ghoul spaces, yeah.
Yep, the party makes its way all the way back to the ghouls part. You see that the four guards standing outside. They're eyeing you, waiting for see what you're going to say.
Hey, we think we might have found where what's his name? Rafa? It's hiding out. But we think he's scared to come out.
Just tell Kathy. She'll take care of it.
Well, couldn't one of you just come with us and let him see that it is okay to go with us? We've been
He,
calling out, but
he shakes his head no. Must guard.
well, is there someone else who's maybe free and not on a duty?
He shakes his head again though.
You'd risk your leader out in the dark alone?
She can take care of herself.
That's probably true.
Oh, she's powerful, is she?
She's the leader.
Do you all have to just, do what she tells you 24/7?
We respect her. We don't respect you.
Well, that's fair. We're just newbies.
She's kept us safe for many years.
Yes, let's go talk to Kathy.
All right, let's do that.
Right? They allow you entrance and you make your way through. You walk through the center and are probably very mindful of the fact there's like 20 ghouls in there. And you go into Kathy's little medieval church thing layers that she has, and she's still there. She looks up at you. Have you found Rafa? I'm glad to see you're all unharmed.
We might have. There's someone hiding from us.
There's someone hiding from you?
Yeah, won't come out. Seem like they're afraid, which could just be because we're, human peoples. Honestly, I have trouble remembering his name. He's not someone I've met.
Well, then just tell me where it is and I'll go there. It can only be Rafa. It wouldn't make sense for my other ghouls to be hiding.
Well, could be Bernie, couldn't it?
I don't. Well, that's fine as well. Where Bernie is, Rafa must be.
Oh, you think so for sure. All right, well. I thought we heard
Well,
someone saying something about needing something for a ritual.
a ritual?
Yep. Well, we were out in the tunnels.
You've heard someone say this?
We thought so.
All right, well, just tell me where they said it and I'll go there.
It was in that the collapsed vault. Do you know that place?
Yes. Well, that's a little far into the vampire side.
Oh, is it? We didn't know. Honestly, we walked straight there and we didn't run into any of your feral friends, so
Well, they usually stay into the middle and you are warded. So, you saw Rafa there or you heard him? 'Cause you're being very confusing.
we heard voices. Someone talking about a ritual, needing something for it.
So you didn't
Honestly,
actually
it's
lay
very
eyes on him.
dark. No
Okay.
bell.
Well, that's not enough to go on, I'm afraid.
What's the plan?
Shit. I don't know what to do.
Well, the plan was to find Rafa, hopefully recover the finger, then launch our war. Get this over with.
Didn't you say that finger takes 7 days to kill someone?
Well, if they have it, they can just keep slowly killing us off with it.
No, I know that. I understand why you want it back, but
Yes, that's what I said. Why?
well, just it's not a very effective weapon for immediately waging war, right?
Well, it's, taking it out of their hands means just makes me feel safer.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll go see if we can find him and that. And I tried to get one of your people to come with us, just maybe if he feels safer if he saw one of you. But
No, no, he's hiding from us. Why would he come out for us?
why is he hiding from you? You're his people, aren't you? You're not going to hurt him.
Well, he went off on his own and he's with the vampire girl. We don't approve of that. We will forgive him and bring him back, but I doubt he cares about that.
Well, would you hurt Bernie if she came?
Only if I had to.
Because, she wanted to be one of you. It sounds like it wasn't necessarily all her choice.
That's true, but I don't know what shape her mind is in now. She could be entirely on their side.
Well, what would be a good sign of, faith on her part? Is there anything she could do if we do find them there together?
Give us the finger.
All right. And then Bernie could come too?
Then we will attack.
But no Bernie, right?
No, we don't really care about her.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me. Aren't you afraid that, your people might not be enough to stop them? Is there
Well,
anything else we can do to put, fate on your side in all this?
all we need is the finger and or Rafa. And I will attack. You're overcomplicating things. All we
Okay,
need to do
all
is
right,
finish
all
this.
right, all right.
I was hopeful when I saw you, but I guess I put my hopes in the wrong people.
No.
Oh,
We're
let's not
perfectly
say that.
adequate for humans.
Yeah, we're trying our best, man.
We'll be back. All right.
There's
What
no
were you
answer.
two doing the whole time I was talking to her, by the way?
I was trying to let you handle it so I could put it in my mouth.
I was personally just lost in a sea of sadness.
We're in her room. Okay. Erin just walks back out again then. Shakes her head at both of you.
Oh, man.
I thought you were doing well. I don't.
Yeah. Once we get back out of the ghouls specific
Yeah.
area away from the guards and whatnot. It's gonna be like, you didn't think to look around? I was trying to keep her talking.
Yeah, I didn't hear any questions, so I didn't answer anything.
I mean, granted, if she's wearing it around her neck like a necklace, you weren't gonna see it, but
Just start rummaging around in there. So like, what are you doing?
All right.
I
You know what?
sorry.
I think we just need to we need to give her the finger.
Well, it sounds like she will pretty much immediately launch her offensive. That's kind of what we sort of were thinking she might do.
Yep.
I don't know if we can acquire the key, give her the finger, and then hope that happens, and then maybe the lock is left behind. But we don't know that. We'd be guessing. I suppose.
I think this is going to require some very fine timing for it to work out at all, but it could actually possibly work in our favor. So if we wait to give her the finger until near the time we're gonna go meet Donabella.
Mm-hmm.
Donabella will show back up there. We'll meet her. Kathy will be busy launching her offensive. We can tell Donabella that if she wants to bring peace, she needs to go get this key now because Kathy is going to attack.
Okay, so give Kathy the finger first.
Yep.
Okay. And then use that to leverage Donabella to give us the key. And then just hope that they left the lock, like the ghouls left the lock behind.
Right. That's
then
the only way it could possibly work.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go tackle Kathy from behind or something. And then she's gonna cast a spell on me, and then it'll be terrible. But that's where we are. I think
Okay.
Oh man.
we run back to where they're hiding.
All right, you all three squeeze to the little hole once again.
Before,
We're just running
before,
around.
before we do that, I want to clarify one thing.
Please.
Did Kathy say that she needed his word and the finger before she would start her war?
She said
don't-
and or.
Okay, because I was thinking like if she demands them for proof before she does anything, then we're kind of stuck.
She wants both, but she'll settle on one.
Yeah,
Okay.
which we can get one.
We can get one. We got one.
Yeah. Okay. We can do
Okay.
this. Fighting.
With that clarified, we squeeze the little tunnel. Miles' third trip, everyone else's second, and you see them both in there, and Bernie greets you. Guys, you're back again?
Yep, it's been very difficult, of course.
Yeah.
We need to give Kathy that finger.
I mean, we'll give it to you. Be sure it's a good idea.
It's not the best idea, but it's probably the best one for potentially getting us what we want.
All right, Rafa hands it over and mumbles under his breath, "You're lucky you rolled a 1."
Right.
An odd thing to say at a specific moment, but all right.
It was in the subtext.
All right. So here's what you need to know. If we give this to Kathy, you're safe from the ghouls, Bernie. Should all of this go horribly south and we can't stop it. Right?
Okay.
But you just need to know that. Like they'll welcome you to back if it comes that way. But we're gonna try and, make it so that you can do what you wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah. This is just like a backup plan in case
Mhm.
things don't go well.
All right, guys. This is gonna be dangerous. Hope you're okay. You really know what you're doing.
Right. Now we got to go, wait for a vampire lady.
If by know what we're doing, you mean approach this scenario before, I can assure you we haven't. But we're definitely gonna shoot for the moon, so to speak. I think we're in too deep. So hope your information's right.
We're pretty sure it is.
Okay, now we can go be in bed on.
Now
So-
you're going to meet Donabella.
Well, who wants to meet her? Because we gotta go get Kathy this thing.
All right.
Yes.
Round about the same time.
Yeah, we'll say it's like 6 o'clock right now, and it's almost time to meet her. Just been doing a lot of tunneling. You're very dirty, very
Exhausted.
tired. Yes.
Right? You know what they really need down here? A coffee shop. But Bernie could help with that.
Get steep
Bernie.
slow down here.
Bernie can make it happen for us.
So
Okay, so one of you, well, I don't know which one of you. It's gonna be 1 and 2. Who's doing what?
Which situation requires more finesse? Because I feel like I could just give Kathy the finger if she doesn't need any more reason to launch a war than that. I can do that, and then you guys can do the Bella thing.
but if she,
And-
takes off with her people, somebody needs to maybe try and stay behind to try and
Yeah.
find that lock.
Find the lock, yeah.
I mean, if they all leave, I could do that.
Right.
Maybe 2 people should go to Kathy because we don't know how hard it'll be to find the lock, right?
Yeah.
So-
You can always tell her I'm trying to persuade Bernie and Rafa that Bernie will be safe. It's taking a little more convincing, but we were able to convince them that you needed that. Kathy needed the finger.
to keep the ghouls safe, so they gave that up. It'll be the sign of good faith.
Donabella likes music. You're a great musician. Maybe you should go. Maybe you could play a little fiddle.
Oh yeah, you guys could do a duet. You could go meet her if you feel comfortable.
I suppose.
I can go search.
Okay. I'll try. I am not the most persuasive person, but I believe in this plan. I believe in
All right, remember, Bernie wants the key. Bernie's willing to do the union ritual.
she's willing to do it. She just needs the key. So
that's all you need to know.
I write a little note on my hand.
Also, the whole it needs to happen soon thing because there might be some danger.
Okay.
Because we are going to go give Kathy this finger. All right, here we go.
You feel the impending doom inside of you all as we do this? It's like when you're on a roller coaster and it drops down, so you probably feel like right now. All right, we all squeeze through that little hole one more time. Maybe for the last time. And so Miles goes off alone. Ed and Erin and Trevor go off to Kathy, which we will do first. So I feel it's probably lower stakes. All right, the ghouls just kind of shake their head and they admit you. You go through the center part, seeing the 20 ghouls in there, just waiting around. And you enter, and Kathy looks up at you once more.
All right, it was them. We found them.
All right, now we're talking.
They're a little bit nervous, even though I told them you said that Bernie would be safe here. But they were agreeing that the finger is better if it's with the ghouls as opposed to having the vampires maybe come and find it again. So here it is, and we brought it to you.
Thank you. I guess you were the right humans after all.
We try to be a good sort.
Okay, well, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to rally all my forces. We're going to go into the center and push all the feral ghouls towards the vampire area, and war will begin. You can join us or you can leave.
All right. Well, I don't know how much help will actually be, but
that is your choice.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right. She pockets the finger and then she walks out of the room. You hear you hear quite a massive bodies leaving.
Oh, tell your people to, stay out of that little vault because that's where they were hiding.
All right. She hopefully heard that. You'll understand.
I'm trying to keep Myles and Donabella safe.
All right, then we jump over to Myles. You enter into the vault. Donabella's there, as she said.
Hey, Donabella.
Oh, it's just you now, Myles.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts going on, and the other two are busy trying to get other things in place.
I don't like complicated plans.
I can't explain to you how sublimely simple this all is
right.
underneath.
That does not put me at ease, but continue.
So we talked to Bernie, and she is up for the idea, but she's a little wary just because of, things going on. And just as a sign of good faith, she would like to get this key. And I describe the key as best as I know it to Donabella.
Nice. Puts her finger under her chin for a second and thinks, oh, that's around Black's around his neck.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, if you were to get her that key, that would mean so much to her, and she'd just, go right for it. Now, I do need to stress that, again, a lot of moving parts going on, but there is a sooner better than later, just because last we were at the ghoul camp, it sounded like they might be getting raring for a fight, and we don't want this war thing to just kind of break out and then everything's kind of done before it's even started. You know what I mean?
What you're asking is very dangerous for me.
Yeah, but it's high risk, high reward, you know.
She
That's
steps forward and she puts her claw and she drags it down the side of your face. What are you gonna do to convince me?
what do you want me to do?
I don't
Scary
know.
lady?
I don't know. I'm looking to see what you
Sorry.
got.
I I can play for you the violin.
The violin. All right, she claps her hands in amusement. She steps back. All right, if you can play a soothing melody, I'll do it. See what you have.
Oh no.
Play their song.
Yeah, would that be offensive if I played Red Red Rose or
That would be that would mean the world to me.
okay.
My own song. Perhaps I'll sing along.
Yeah, duet.
Uh
She kind of looks at you hard in the eye though, and she goes, "Don't fail, Miles."
I did a 48 over 47. I am gonna spend luck if
You fucking better.
Spend all the luck. This one's for the money.
Okay. So I spend luck and I get a X success.
Okay, she first she don't think that she's into it, then she kind of shrugs and yeah, she just starts to sing it. I shall spare you. And
That would have been a Zraitor rendition of
yeah, that's my other podcast. And oh man, this is not how I thought this was gonna go.
What is it? Miles is just sweating the whole time, by the way.
Yeah, and that only adds to her amusement, you can tell. And she's like, "Okay, a deal's a deal, Miles. I will get the key, although it might take an hour or so. I have to get around the guy's neck."
That's fine. Should we meet up back here or
Well, I have to be a witness though, and I should just tell me where she's at.
that's true. Let's meet up back here. That'll be the we'll get everything gathered here and then we'll just be ready to go.
Okay.
in Putnam's Palace.
Yeah.
And yes, his body is still in the background, just in shatters. And,
You give it a kick every time you go in there.
she gives you a gentle touch on the shoulder and she leaves.
I guess
So-
I'll start heading back.
Okay, and then we jump back over, and now, Erin and Trevor, you are left alone in that room. I'll take a spot hidden as you look through all this. There's
Yeah.
quite an assortment of stuff. You definitely take some sorting through it to find anything that could have a lock in it or be a lock. Or I mean, you know, it's a golden lock, I suppose, but
The word rummage does not even begin to cover what I'm about to do.
oh dear.
Oh
Hard
goodness.
success.
I got a 70 over 60.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, he fails his rummage check. But,
Can I push the roll?
Yeah, for the love of God, push every roll.
yes, the ghosts come back and kill all of you. No, but yeah, Aaron, you move some debris and some dirt. Looks like she tried to hide it under some dirt, and you find well, the good news is you found it. The bad news is it's in a locked strong box.
Ooh. Okay.
Break the box.
All
Unless you
right.
don't get a
Wait,
nude.
the lock is in a lockbox.
Yeah, we
Yep.
do not have our locksmith.
The lock is
so
locked,
that's-
yes.
Yep. So this is going to be a crowbar situation.
Can
But
he?
how do we know the lock is inside?
You have to open it up, though. Yeah.
Just gotta believe, Trevor.
What's
All right.
the name?
I guess since you have, it would be a hard locksmith, but you have the crowbar. Let it be normal.
Oh, do I have to roll locksmith or strength?
Strength, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was like, oh, if I have to roll locksmith still, that's going to be a problem. I
No.
do not have that skill.
I'll let you pry it open.
Extreme
on.
success. Oh,
Alright.
hell yeah.
Aaron is
4
just,
under 40.
just wrenches down, and the whole top of it just pops off and hits against the wall. A little dust. Trevor's like, And yes, inside the lockbox was a golden lock.
Perfect. All right. I've got it.
You're the most badass nurse I've ever met.
Why, thank you. Apparently, I'm good with a crowbar.
Yes, that's their second time using that.
Mhm. All right, let's get back to the youngsters, eh?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, now as the two parties are convening, you definitely hear a commotion in the tunnels that were quiet before. There's a lot of masses of bodies running towards the center.
Mhm.
You can see like maybe the ceiling is shaking, little dirt's falling down on top of you. And you all meet up like outside of the hole. We'll allow you to convene again.
We're very lucky, Miles. We got it.
Okay. And I convinced Donabella to get the key. So she should be back in the vault in about an hour or two, but she is expecting us to do the ritual there. So I don't know how we want to
Perfect.
handle that.
No, that's fine.
I think we're good, right? We can try to sneak them in there, but if the ghouls see them, they're going to be too occupied with their war thing, right?
Right.
I think we'll be okay.
We
We
may
were
need.
sort of promised safe passage as well, so maybe the ghouls will honor that.
Right.
All right, let's do
Okay.
this.
Do we need to bring part of a dead body?
What?
We either have to bring a ghoul or we're going to have to bring part of a dead body and be like, we're going to ghoul it up right now for
Oh,
this
sure.
ritual.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I guess let's bring part of a dead body because the ghouls aren't going to come with us. I think we've established that.
Right. Okay.
What's your plan to get this body?
Oh, they have a larder, right?
They
Yeah,
do
that's true.
tell us where the food is, so
I assume. We did not go there. Erin will go.
Okay. Alrighty. From where you at, you go down east back to the to the gold lookout, and you go down south into the larder, and the stench in here is awful. It's like when you came in. I'll need a constitution roll. Is it? There's no escaping the horror of the smell. As you look around,
Yeah.
you're making that roll. You see an abandoned vault that's piled high with corpses. Some of them are very fresh, others are picked to the bone. And you feel like there would be ghouls here, but the war has started, and it's almost eerily empty.
Oh, yeah. Well, I failed that.
Okay. You've been to Dry Heave.
Oh, this is the worst. Oh, I'm gonna have to. All right, let's go. Thankfully, I'm not disturbed by dead bodies.
You take, I guess, one of the ones that look fresh, and you take it with you.
Yeah, so dragging a corpse along.
Okay. In a little while, you guys hear some kind of dragging noise, and then yeah, Aaron comes back looking probably rather white, or should I say rather pale, and they have a very fresh-looking Edinburgh citizen that's a corpse with them.
Perfect.
Figured better a fresh one just in case. If it didn't take or something.
yeah, thanks.
Not particularly planning on anybody eating this, but needs must.
Okay.
All right, so let's collect the kiddos.
All right, everyone. I guess squeeze through it. Yeah, one more time, the little hole, and those knees in the back are probably getting rather slower.
I'm gonna sleep for a week if I survive this.
The two
It's
heads
been so long.
pop your direction and look very, very curious what's going on.
Hello, lovebirds.
That's us.
We need you to come with us to the vault.
To the vault. What's in the
Yep.
vault?
It's gonna be Donabella with the key if she does her job right.
Okay, and the lock. Do you have the lock?
Yes, we have that.
Do you show it?
Yeah.
All right. They look at each other and they kind of clasp hands, and we'll follow along.
All right, we make our way over.
Back out through the hole.
Everyone's goes to the little hole again.
That's the only thing that's kept them safe is nobody wants to crawl on their hands and knees to
Right.
this little hole.
You have a Ghoul
Just
Scout
leave it to the
standards.
humans. Yeah.
All right. Now I can get to our ending. Okay, everyone. I guess they probably side eye you as they see you dragging a corpse, but they don't choose to question it. And you make your way there, and Donna is I guess we could just say it was like maybe an hour, and we should move to 7. You guys have made a night of the tunnels, and yeah, Donna's in there. She looks a little worried, but she holds up a key and she's dangling it.
Oh, you did it. Of
Yeah,
course you did. You're so good.
yes, but the bad news is he caught me.
Oh no.
So we
Are
need
you
to.
okay?
I mean, he's gonna come eventually. We need to hurry up and get this union ritual going.
Right. Okay. Well,
Sounds good.
Here you go, Miles. And she puts it in her hand and she puts it out to you.
All right, I take the key.
She lets you do it, and then she puts her hands across yours as she draws back. Maybe you and I should have some time together after this is all over.
That
oh,
sounds fantastic.
do
I
I
hope.
sense another? Oh, I love love.
All my dreams have come true in one night. Thank you,
Oh,
Belladonna.
they will. They will.
I very who needs the key?
I think the dude needs the key.
I very like nonchalantly try to pass the key to Ruff.
Yeah.
Are you ready to officiate?
Well, she's she's our witness, right? So she can't also be the officiant.
Oh, right.
Should I officiate?
Shall I
Who's
officiate? Shall I officiate?
You can. Who's eating the corpse?
Don is like eating corpses. I thought this was your goal. This looks like he's actually alive. Uh-oh. And you hear the tunnels. They are rumbling with people, or should I say people? The heavy footsteps are causing everything to shake.
All right, let's get on with it. Who's raiding?
I'll read it because I'm hoping that Erin's going to get that lock thing happening.
Yeah, no, I totally gave it to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got the key and the lock, and then they can do the thing while they're out looking.
Okay. Bernie holds the lock in her hand, and as Rafa walks over to her to put the key in, you all see in the air once again the form of the mist coming in down the hallway.
Oh, quick, hurry!
Yeah.
Your line is, "I wish thine heart for mine own."
He begins to speak, but then that red-haired woman materializes once more, and just like the scene in the graveyard, she slices her talon across his throat. Blood skirts across the across the room.
Did
Rafa
she just?
falls.
Oh no.
Rafa falls to his knees, and she's like, "Well, well, well. I'm so glad I checked here."
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, you're the one at the concert.
Yeah, I bought the CD and everything. We were trying to do a marriage here.
Hmm. Are you ready to die?
Who are
Why?
you?
And you're in combat.
Trevor's like, who is this woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were sleeping. Cool.
Ugh.
Alrighty. She has 70 dexterity, which I believe puts her on top of everyone. Which is unfortunate.
Better than me.
Very well. Lisa locks eyes with Erin and runs forward to latch onto her. Do you fight back or dodge?
I try to dodge.
Okay.
I don't know how well this will go, but
She rolled a 19 under 50.
oh boy. I'm sure my great rolls will desert me now. Oh hey, I got a hard success.
Okay. You manage to just swipe out of the way, dodge out of the way as clearly their fangs are inches from your neck. Okay. Then it will make it Erin's turn.
I pull my gun,
Okay.
which hopefully does piercing damage. I don't know. I don't. I point it at her and I pull the trigger.
Okay, you have point blank bonus.
Mhm. Okay.
She will do nothing.
Well, both of those are fails, so
Let's say probably happens all in one swift movement. She
Mhm.
rushes forward at you. You miss. You try to pull your firearm clumsily out and miss the shot.
Mhm.
That will lead us to Miles.
I guess I will try and hit her with my violence.
Okay, batter up. Let's see what I want her to do. She is going to fight back.
Oh no. I got 25 under 43.
She got an 8, which is a extreme success. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. She does. Yeah. It is 1d3 plus 1d4. Well, wait, it's a stream, so it's the full thing, right? Yeah. So she does 7 damage on top of 6. Oh shit. See what take what, 11 damage?
All right, so
Can I have
Miles dies.
it? How much health do you have?
I have 9 hit points.
Okay, she slashes across your throat and the blood just splashes out and joins Rafa as you also fall to your knees, just like he did. We will put you in the dying state. You will have to roll to stay alive every turn after this, or if you're stabilized. Trevor.
Wow. Shoot. Well, that's not exactly what I was
Your
hoping
new
would
friend's
happen.
life is ebbing from his throat.
Uh,
It's going to be a short friendship.
yeah, right. I guess I'll try to first aid him.
Okay.
Oh, well, actually, you know what? I'm not the nurse though. I probably
Yeah, are you good at that? Because I can try.
no, I'm not. I have everyone's standard 30%. I guess I'll pull out said knife,
Hmm.
and then I'll just be like, "It's a shame that you're hot," and then I stab at her.
She's
I don't
like,
know,
she says thank you, and then she checks back, fights back.
and then I die.
Mhm. So she gives rather extreme successes, you right?
I feel like
Oh, look at that!
does she get a disadvantage die though? Since
Yes,
she's
she should.
apparently the only one against us.
I
Yeah,
got
she was attacked twice. That's correct, and she rolled a 99 anyways. So
I got a 10, which is actually a hard success.
okay, roll your damage.
Okay, I got a D4, and then it says +2 plus D. I guess it meant DB,
Yeah.
which I have because I'm weak.
Okay.
I get a 1 plus 2, which is 3.
Okay. Roll another 1d4.
Okay. I got a 3.
So that's what, 6 damage?
Yep.
Okay. She has. Where the heck is it? Okay. Yeah. That hurts her. She screams as you stab her. She has 6 damage. She's hurt. She's still standing. You see blood pulling from her abdomen. Now, you were ready, but if you don't shoot, then she goes first.
Right? Speaking of though, like as I take in the scene as Miles falls, and
Mhm.
like also I'm shooting at her because she attacked Ratha. Does Ratha look like he's even alive?
He is trying to crawl towards the lock.
Okay. Be like, Barney, help him! And then I do not shoot her. I'm edging over to Miles instead, so
Okay.
she's gonna end up going first.
Use first aid on Miles to stabilize him.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Although either way,
So,
he does have a wound.
but yeah, I'm not shooting, so
Okay, so Lisa sees you. She knows your plan, Erin. She comes at you with her claws, trying to get a third swipe across someone's neck. Do you fight back or dodge?
I'm dodging.
Okay.
No, good fighting.
Okay, let's roll a piece of dice. Good. Let's see what happens.
That's a fail.
Well, she rolled. Was it a fumble or?
No, not a fumble,
Okay.
just a regular fail.
You are incredibly lucky. She rolled 52 over 50.
Oh, phew.
Just
I'm stumbling
barely.
around as I move backwards,
Yeah,
just
you
barely.
you feel the slight scratch across your face
Right?
as you barely move. All right, Miles. Or excuse me, and now it's Aaron's turn proper.
Yes.
My
Okay.
bad.
So I
Roll your first aid
uh
on Miles, if that's what you're
yeah.
doing.
Is Donabella just chilling in here?
Yeah, she
Extreme success.
okay. All right, now Miles, you have 1 HP back. You've been stabilized.
Okay, so I'm not dying, but I have a major wound, right?
Yes, if you go down again, you will die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without any
So
roll.
basically I have like put a bunch of, gauze and duct tape around your neck.
Yeah,
You're just like,
it wasn't pretty, but it's working.
yep.
Okay.
You're gonna probably your singing career is never gonna take off.
Good thing that it was the hands and not
Yeah.
the voice.
Yeah, and to
My
answer the
imagery was
question,
still.
Belladonna just flattened against the wall. She's not interested in turning against her own person.
Okay.
She also sees that that her plan wasn't going off because it's a cadaver, not a ghoul. And Miles, that'll make it your turn proper. You clinging to life.
Can I like I don't want any more with anything to do with Lisa. Can I like I don't know, push the key toward like make like help Rafa like get to the key or push it closer to him or something?
You can he's like stumbling. He's kind of like you were before. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's trying to walk towards the Vernie with his neck is bleeding out. You can make a strength roll to push him over, and you're going to be at a disadvantage. You are hurt.
My duct tape neck.
So
What do you mean?
I just don't see you being able to put much pressure onto that without it opening up again. So
Okay, so I got out of the two dice, 56 over 40. Can I spend luck?
You may.
All right, so I will spend 16 luck to get.
All right. Miles puts all his back into it and he pushes Rafa towards Bernie and they they clasp. I don't think and the key goes inside and he barely turns it. Everyone just all the vampires and the ghouls in the room, they stop and sort of just they sort of slowly fall into dust as Rafa and Bernie die together in an embrace. The the rumbling and the tumble has ceased. All is quiet.
Miles gives out a gurgled hooray.
Oh, you and Jesse are gonna have matching scars. We need to get you out of here. Oh, Bernie, I'm so sorry.
It seemed to be what she wanted in the end.
I know, but it's so sad.
If it wasn't for Miles having his throat slit, I mean, this is kind of what it's like waking up from one of my dreams. 1 minute it's all there, the next minute it's not.
Yeah, they're just gone.
Kind of hard to believe, right? Felt so real. Now there's no sign of it.
I sure hope they were right about, their souls ending up together somewhere, or whatever passes for souls, their consciousness, something.
Miles gives an enthusiastic thumbs up.
Come here, hon.
All right, that's where we'll end it. Thanks, guys.
Yay!
Yay!